Aries, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got the new stuff going on. We got the new background. We got the face going on, you know. Welcome, Aries. This is your weekly tarot reading, and we are going to get down to business. And you know how I roll. I'm an astrologer and a tarot reader. So we are going to go over the cosmic weather first. So let's get to it. August 3rd is the waxing gibbous moon phase. I told you we were going to be doing moon phases with our weeklies. And right now, on August 3rd, we are moving into a waxing gibbous. And this is a time for reflection. It's a time for fine-tuning the intentions and the ideas that you had at the time of the new moon. So we're doing some reflection, which is good, which is really good. Talking about reflecting, we're going to get back to that, but this is a good time to fine tune what your vision is for what you want to accomplish for this month. Now, August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, aggression, war, getting things done, ego, drive. I picture it like a locomotive going down the street. You know what I mean? Going down the tracks. That's exactly what it is. Mars rolling into Libra right now. You hear that? All right, so with Mars in Libra, Mars doesn't really do too well in Libra. It's a little aggressive. It's a little ego-driven. So let's be aware of that, especially when it comes to our relationships, because Libra is all about relationships, balance, and harmony in our relationships. So we might be striving to take action to do that, to really make connections with people. So just remember that. Now, August 9th, we are having a full moon in Aquarius. So this is happening in your 11th house. Full moons are an excellent time to release. And we'll do more about this. I think this is more towards the weekend, so we'll do the weekend vibe for that. And it's in your 11th house. So this is about hopes, dreams, and wishes. Dream big. Get innovative. Do things, especially with the collective. You know, Aquarius is all about other people and sharing their vision. And you pursuing your vision. Maybe there are things that need to be drastically taken care of, especially in your friend group. Or you could be like lightning striking, especially with this full moon, because full moons are a little extra. You could meet a new friend group. You could be introduced into your vibe tribe, or the vibe tribe that you had finally or suddenly implodes, you know, something like that. But again, another issue is not so much an issue, but it's about making our dreams a reality, fine-tuning them in this waxing gibbous phase before the full moon. All right, you follow me on that? I'm getting a little, but so we have this full moon. Release any burdens that you have release anybody that is really messing with your energy too. All right, so let's get to the tarot. Let's switch to the table and get our angel numbers. Don't you like this? Isn't this just the shit? Now we got camera angles. You get to see my mug. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but let's get your angel numbers for the week. Aries, and it is 654 with simplification. Right, fine-tuning, maybe simplifying some things. So, simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and surroundings for greater clarity and effectiveness. That's awesome right there. Okay? Excellent. Excellent. I like that. 654. Now, let's get a message from your energy oracle cards and see what message we have from our guides. You're going to hear my chair squeak. I got to do something about that. I just got done ironing the backdrop because after I went live and put that backdrop up, I was like, oh my God, you see the wrinkle marks in it. I was like, oh my God. So I just got done ironing it. And I only have like a little tiny ironing board. So it was quite comical. Again, should always have a camera on me. It's just comedic gold everywhere, everywhere I turn. All right, so this week, it's all about strategy for you with the number 21 also, okay? So let's read up about it. 21. I remember being 21. Making a plan. All right, see? Maybe fine-tuning the plan too, Aries. Pay attention. This card shows a pen, a journal, a compass, and a key. When you receive this card, it indicates that this is the optimal time for setting up a very specific strategy for achieving your goals. Write about the direction you want to go in. Consider any potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals and have some conscious plan in mind. Structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goal a reality. This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take full control. Add thought to action and set your sights on the road ahead. Great energy there. Already out of the boot. We're simplifying things. We're refining things. We're going right along with this energy, right up to the full moon. Excellent. All right, now. Oh, I went to go change. Okay. Let's get the vibe for the week, shall we? Goddamn squeaky chair. I don't know if you caught the freaking weekend live. I hope you did. But I'm going to be doing some lives more often. I had no idea if it was lagging or not because there was this warning sign that YouTube was giving me that my bit rate was low. And I got all new equipment. I don't know what you're talking about, and I thought, oh, great. So I'm going to do a 2.5 hour live and it's got nothing but lag. But it didn't. It turned out actually pretty well. So I'm going to be doing some more lives. We're going to be doing actual, instead of just doing everybody's zodiac sign, I'm going to hook you up with a reading, especially if you're in the Vibe Tribe. So Aries, if you're not in the Vibe Tribe, go ahead and join now, okay? All right, let's see. What do we got? Yeah. Oh, this is good energy, guys. This really is. Know that the universe has your back. I have to say that first. Know that the universe has your back. Wow, this is great energy. Can I move that over a little bit? Yeah, I can fit that in there. I'm going to put this in the middle because that so resonates with all of this. Look at how it all fits together perfectly. This is what we got for the week, August 4th through the 10th. And the Page of Wands right here is telling you that you take life way too seriously, Aries. And you're getting an opportunity here to actually be able to have a new change and look at things through a child's eyes. I mean, you remember when we were kids and we woke up, we didn't think, oh, fuck, I got a car payment. We didn't do that. You know what I mean? We just woke up. We let the universe guide us. We were like this, taking opportunity and going for it. That's what we need to do this week. So stop taking things so seriously. It's making you confused. The Two of Swords is saying, I can't do this, Jeff. I can't decide. You got to decide. Eight of Cups is walking away from what no longer serves you. The Star is saying this is healing for you. This is a necessary thing. And not only that, it is saying that the universe is got your back. Six of Wands is going to be victorious only if, and only if, you get out of the victim mentality you may be feeling this week, okay? Why me? Why is this happening? Why? No. Four of Wands. You could be celebrating here. I think for some of you, Aries, there's an opportunity here to move or will be moving. Pay attention to that. And also celebrating at home. And the Chariot. Great week. So we're finishing out the week with a really good vibe. We're working on some shit. And then the Page of Wands is like, come on, let's simplify things. Again, that childlike wonder. They weren't complicated. They weren't complicating their lives by just worrying and taking life way too seriously. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you let this go and make a decision and be strategic about it and yet simplify things. This week is going to be great for you. This full moon will really help you to release some of this. So let's see what the oracles have for you. All right, we're getting down to it. Yeah, Four of Wands again. I love that energy. So yeah, maybe you're looking for a place to live. Maybe you found one. But it's also harmony in the home. And that's what we're striving for with Mars and Libra this week. Yeah, deception and envy and emotional loss. So be careful how your thoughts serve you. Deception and envy is the Seven of Swords. And what that says is also to be strategic. And we have strategy here from your guide's message. So don't let your thoughts deceive you. Let go of that. Let go of the emotional loss. And I'm telling you, this is reiterating everything here for you. This is great. Let go of the emotional loss. Let go of the indecision. Don't let your mind get you all in this weird feel, man. I just, yeesh. You got to watch that, okay? So just be aware of that. I just want you to be aware of that. All right, let's get love. Let's see what we got for love. This chair, I'm telling you, because sometimes, to be honest, sometimes it sounds like I just ripped one, and that's not the case. Oh, my God. All right, let's get love for you, Aries. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, yeah, look at that. All these cards are face down except for these two. Major Arcana, which is trust your intuition and use your strength. Number 8, August. Use this time to be strategic. Pay attention to the messages here. Yeah, look at this. So evident. Okay, it's time to get out of this stuck mentality. Look at this. Look at this symbolism. Your thoughts deceive you, especially when it comes to relationships. It could be somebody deceiving you too. Trust your intuition on that. You know what I mean? But it's time to put this to rest, whatever this is. A shitty relationship, shitty thoughts, basically shitty thoughts. Okay? Things will balance out with the Justice card. Again, harmony in relationships, moving towards that. Mars in Libra. Pay attention. I'm telling you, this is a great reading. And releasing your burdens, especially when it comes to love. Some of you are just packing up instead of shacking up, which is good. This works for you. Again, making plans. You're ready. Start planning. Make it happen. Look at that. The Knight of Pentacles brings an apology or an offer for you, or both. And the Ace of Wands is a change. And you know what? You have this wand. This wand is being given to you this week. This opportunity, especially in love. And the Page of Wands is throwing it in the air like, hallelujah. You know what I mean? Pay attention to that. The symbolism in this reading today is deep. All right? Now, let's get some messages of love. I really like this reading. I mean, this is releasing some shit, especially when it comes to relationships. And the outcome is just incredible with the Chariot, the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands. Okay. What do we got? I said apology. Look, apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. Okay? Knight of Pentacles energy. Now, these are both the same. Unavailable. Okay? Unavailable in different pages. Unavailable, this person is unable to give you all you deserve, and that's okay. And different pages. You and this person don't share the same vision, and that's okay too. You see what I'm saying? It's time to not be so indecisive about this. If this is going on with you, Aries, it's time to make a decision. Stop being stuck. This will not change. I know I got to tell you some of that, okay? And past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. For some of you, this past life love is almost like haunting you. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's this that keeps you engaged in it. So let's get, what's the vibe? Yeah, let's do that. The past life is maybe a past relationship that somebody's trying to come back around again. So just be aware of that, okay, Aries? All right, let's get what's the vibe? Let's do it. Yeah, see, this energy is puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Make a choice. It's time to put it to rest. Look at apology. Yo, that's huge. Apology twice. Don't ask me what the cat's all about. Why is the cat with a handkerchief there? Is it apologizing? Did it shit in your shoe? Or did somebody shit in your shoe? Look at that. Arrogant, rash actions, and insecure. Insincere, I should say. So, be aware of that. That's that Mars energy, okay? But the apology, that's 3 times with the Knight of Pentacles. The apology card, I mean, look at it. There it is. Boom. Okay? Interesting. And feminine energy. So this is nurturing energy. This is being gentle, nurturing, and mothering. Okay? So Aries, what we got here is we've got to nurture our relationships and get rid of the ones that don't serve us. Okay? Some of you are definitely getting an apology. So let's get a closing message for you. Look at that strength with the Leo energy. Again, I really like this card. Strength. Your inner strength is boundless. Unleash it. That's it, Aries. That's the message. No more confusion. The chair is going to squeak. No more confusion. Accept the apology. Maybe you have to give an apology too. You know what I mean? So be aware of that. But simplify things. Refine the way that you handle your relationships or get rid of them altogether. But Aries, this is huge energy for you. You can't take this all too seriously. Have some fun in all this because it looks very rewarding. Could be some major moves going on with you. Physical, mental, spiritual, you name it, you got it. But it brings harmony for you this week. So allow that into your life. All right, Aries, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to watch your, you're watching your weekly tarot reading. Yeah. If you want a reading with me, go ahead and click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my butching page. We're going to butch it up over there. Yeah, let's do a reading. There we are. Look at that handsome Dill. Oh, where is he? Oh, he didn't show up. Okay. I don't know why. All right, guys, I love you all so much. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Taurus, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Taurus. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are vibing and still thriving in summertime. It's still Leo season. It's time to, it could be a little off for you, but because you're square natally to Taurus, which can be challenging sometimes, you know. But let's get the energy for this week for you. We're going to do the astrology first, and then we're going to hit the tarot. So let's get to it. August 3rd, we are in our waxing gibbous phase. So this is a time for reflection and fine-tuning. So this weekend, beginning of the week, this is what this is. We're fine-tuning. We're reflecting on what we're moving forward, and fine-tuning it, reflecting, going, okay, how can we make this better? How can we do this right? Okay. Now, August 6th, this chair is squeaking, is driving me nuts. I'm trying not to move as much. August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, drive, male energy, that thrust, it's anger, it's aggression. Okay. It's the red car speeding down the highway. That's the way I describe it in my astrology class. Mars is moving into Libra. So Libra is an air sign. Mars doesn't really do too well there. Relationships, trying to set that balance, moving towards balance and harmony in your relationships in your life. We don't want to get too aggressive about it. Again, Mars has a lot of push to it. So just be aware of that. And then we have our full moon happening in Aquarius on the 9th. And this is when we come to a culmination of things. It's a realization, and it's a celebration also, okay? And a full moon is always a little extra. We know that. So learning these moon phases is really important for us. This is going to be happening in your 10th house. So this is a focus on what's going on out there around you. What's your perceptions of it? Are you handling it well? What's your view on the world? Are you really in tune with it? Or are you thinking it's just going to hell in a handbasket? That's one thing you have to work on. Another thing is what you're doing lately. Career. maybe new job, maybe thinking of getting a new job, new way of looking at things, new way of doing things. Also, it also is a balance on home and trying to get that work home balance together. All right. So, right out of the gate, we got some work to do. But with the Aquarian energy, it's given us this push of think of a new way of handling this, or things coming to you around this full moon can be very powerful. It's just like, wow, I was thinking about picking up a second job, and then all of a sudden, boom, someone asked me if I could do this for them, and it's what I would love to do. It's like things that could line up suddenly with you. Also, again, a focus on relationships. So let's get into the tarot. Let's go to the table, right? Yeah, let's do that. Let's put those decks back. And get our angel numbers first for the week, okay? God damn it, this fucking chair. Sorry. I just didn't think it would be squeaking this much. My God. All right, let's get our angel numbers. There we go. Oh, man, for a minute there, I didn't think I was recording. All right. Ooh, 535 with Take a Step. Let go of old beliefs and patterns that no longer serve you, Taurus. Prepare to step out of your comfort zone in order to grow and expand. Man, I almost feel like you've gotten this card recently. I don't know why I'm feeling that, but so what's going on here? Again, we're reflecting, we're fine-tuning, getting rid of old beliefs that no longer serve so we can step into this. See, Aquarius, this full moon in Aquarius, is that uncomfortable comfort zone you got to step out of. You know what I mean? Like you got to step out of your comfort zone and move into the uncomfortable. Something you haven't done before, which will really work out for you. Take the first step. Now, we're going to get a card from our guides to see how this week's energy is going to, what we need to know, the undertone or overtone, whatever way you want to look at it. It is a tone. Wow, look at that. The sun. Beautiful. Card number 1. Love it. Love that. If you're not doing this currently, you got to ask yourself why, Let's read up on it. Number 1, it's new beginnings and great creativity. This sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card pretends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning, the onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination, full moon, of an important new project such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create, Taurus, and know that the sun is shining on your intentions right now. Damn. All right. Everything is working out in your favor. That's what I hear. A great affirmation to say. Everything is working out in my favor. Love it. All right. Let's get the vibe. Let's get the vibe for you this week, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Join the vibe tribe. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Ooh. All right. 10 of Wands, releasing our burdens. I like that. Ooh, 5 of Wands. I don't like that. Okay. We'll make it all fit. I'm telling you. It's amazing, isn't it? I just love it. That's why I love doing this. It's my job. Wow, lots of wands, lots of change. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. The 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is releasing your burdens. Definitely. But look at, they're moving on. Definitely. But what if they got rid of all that baggage? How fast would you move through your life then, you know? Take that into consideration. But let's not focus on drama and putting our walls up. This is the one thing we cannot do. We have to keep shining through it. And we're releasing that. I firmly believe that. With this drama and being vulnerable, being open with the Queen of Cups, letting the universe guide us, intuition, all of that, being in tune. And the Two of Wands is making plans, taking a step, ready to take that step, like we had here with our angel numbers with 535. Okay? But there could be some traveling too. Definite travel. Now, let's get some oracles. So big change here. Big change. You should feel really good about it too. There just may be some things you need to let go of that cause the drama and the defensiveness in your life. That's what it is. Bingo. All right. Let's get... There they are. Things are like my cards are so tuned into my energy that they know that I want 3, and they'll always give 3 almost every time. All right, obstacles and challenges. Yeah, see, this is what we're too busy focused on, is the obstacles and challenges. But you see those little lights, actually like angels, that are guiding you through this. You're protected. You are safe. You just need to be patient with your process. That's, you need this lesson in life here, to just be patient. And then stepping into your destiny with the Wheel of Fortune, another 10. So pay attention to the 10s here, okay? 10 of Wands. This full moon is happening in your 10th house of career, work, all of that. How you view the outside world, how you interact with it. So you're being asked to be patient and to trust your intuition. So let's look at love. Let's see what's going on here. Is this what that step is about? Is love for some of you? Now all these cards are face down except for this one. And this is standing your ground and boundaries and love. So again, wow, look at that. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Whew. All right, we got the 10 of Wands again. That's incredible. Incredible energy. Moving forward in relationships, letting go of that. That's great. Look at these 10s we're getting. Success, completion, and payoff. That's what we need to focus on. Taking those steps towards that. Wow. The 10s have it. We're not done yet. Hold on. The Hierophant says have faith. So patience and faith are needed, especially when it comes to relationships. A sacred union here. And the King of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups. Again, Queen of Cups. So feet on the ground and trust your intuition. Nurture your emotions. You need somebody that nurtures your emotions. And the 10 of Cups, look at that. That's great energy this week. Great. Absolutely great energy. Wow. All right, let's get messages of love. So, again, walking away from what no longer serves you. You may have been doing that recently, and now it pays off. Oh, pay attention before we do this. We have, the 5s have it too, with change, transformation, and a halfway point here. Look at that. 5, 5. Where'd it go? 5. Wow. 5s and 10s. All right. Regret. Someone feels remorse for the way that they treated you. Okay. Well, stand your ground. Don't take them back. Again, you're releasing burdens. Maybe this is what needs to happen, Maybe they'll tell you. Lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. Forgiveness, maybe, patience, and abundance. You've done the work. Abundance flows to you now. So open up to that with the 10 of Cups here and the 10 of Wands. You're releasing this, and now you're open to it. So again, this is great. And this goes with the Wheel of Fortune, fate. This is a destined partnership. Again, Taurus, there's a huge focus here on relationships for you and releasing what no longer serves you. Old beliefs and patterns. I think this is key for you this week. So keep that in mind. Now, let's go ahead and get what's the vibe? What's the vibe? What's the vibe? These cards are a little sus. All right, here we go. Boom. Running. All right, now, Taurus. Escape, denial, and excuses. That's a Taurus trait. Deal with it. Again, stand your ground. The Ten of Wands is all over this. Shattered, broken, nightmares, and failures. Let that go. These old patterns. My nose itches, so you might kiss a fool. But let go of this, all right? You're not broken. What needs to break is the way that you look at things. That is broken and needs to be plucked out, fixed, and replaced with something much more powerful for you. Like, I deserve love. I open up to relationships and nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, and giving back. So kids might be involved with this for you, Taurus, relationships with that. Maybe you're escaping and being in denial of some things that need to be worked on. So let's get a closing message for you and see how we wrap the weekend up. The week up. Did you get to see the freaking weekend live? That was pretty cool. We're going to be doing lives more often, so just keep a mind out for that. Wisdom, yes, this is what this is about this week, is using wisdom, and wisdom comes from experience and reflection. Again, it doesn't have to be like that anymore. Remember, reflection for this waxing moon, this waxing gibbous moon. Again, use your inner wisdom. Trust your inner guidance and light. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining. That's what it's all about. We started with light. We started with the sun card, and now we have light. So we're not letting anything dim our light. These are great messages this week, Taurus. I don't like that chair squeaking. So to wrap this wonderful tarot reading up, we have change and transformation with all the fives, 555. We have 535, which is taking a step. We have all the tens. We have the 10 of cups, 2 10 of wands, the wheel of fortune, all saying a payoff here because you're putting in the work. You're not letting these challenging times and these past relationships or past experiences out there with the world get you down anymore. Let's hope. You need to work on that if you're not grasping that. You know what I mean? But with relationships, keep your boundaries up, stand your ground, let your light shine, and be patient with things this week. Remember that full moon has the opportunity for you to really get some balance with work and home. Focus on that, okay? All right, Taurus, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to, if you want a tarot reading, go ahead and get a personal one with me. And listen, I love you all. Have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Gemini, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Gemini. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you are thriving and enjoying your summer. I know I am. So welcome. We got the new background. We got the new, so you're going to see me looking at the camera once in a while. I know it's awkward, but I'm getting used to the whole setup I got here. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm fucking doing it. So here it is. All right, Gemini, you know how it goes. We do astrology first, and then we hit the tarot. So let's talk about what's going on this week. This is a big week, so pay attention. Mars, the planet of action, drive, male energy, passion, you name it, war, red car speeding down the highway. That's the way I look at Mars, is moving into Libra, fellow air sign. And Libra is all about harmony. Harmony. I was going to say harmonious relationships, and it all came out that way. Libra is all about relationships, harmony in relationships, balance. Libra is the scales. So Mars is moving into this energy to prompt you, and I'm trying not to move so hard because this chair squeaks and it's driving me nuts. But this is like a push to make things work. Now, there's a couple ways we can go about this. Striving for harmony in our relationships. That's great. That's exactly what we want. That's where we're going with this. And we want to be able to do that. However, Mars will give you the energy to do it, but it's extra. This whole week is a little extra, okay? Now, before we continue with the whole Mars thing, because I basically said all I got to say with that, don't use your ego when it comes to forcing change. We don't force change. We let it happen naturally. We take the action, the intention to promote change. Now, on August 3rd, we're moving into a waxing gibbous phase with the moon. So this is a time of reflection and fine-tuning that vision you had at the new moon, those intentions that you set. Which is all, the moon is gaining light. As you can see from that waxing gibbous, waxing is increasing in light. So fine-tune, reflect at the beginning of this week, because towards the end of the week, we have a full moon coming in. And this full moon is an excellent time to release things. It's a great time to see exactly what the universe is shining light down on us. What part of our life is this highlighting for us to release, to even celebrate? We're going to have that full moon, and I'm starting to get stuffed up for some reason, when the sun sets, all of a sudden I get stuffed up, and I don't have allergies or anything like that, so there's got to be some kind of pollen in the air or something. So if I sound like I got a clothespin on my nose, I'm sorry. I'm not doing blow, really. Those days are over. August 9th is the full moon, so it's a culmination of things. It's a realization. Again, a realization. Oh, yeah, that's right. Eureka. This is what I need to work on. Full moons are extra. If you work in the emergency room, or you're a cop or a firefighter, you know that things ramp up at the full moon, okay? But it's also a time for celebration. So, where is this taking place? It's taking place in your 9th house of higher education, the way that you look at things, the way that you think about things. What's going on in here? It's becoming more spiritual. It's happening in the sign of Aquarius, another air sign. So there's big shifts in air signs, which will be a lot more smoother for you because you're a fellow air sign. But it's also changing the way that we look at things. So this is key. This is huge. Are we stuck in our way of thinking? This could also show long distance travel and planning to travel, maybe going back to school. Inventive ideas of how you can tackle the animal that you're wrestling with this week, okay? So that's the astrology. Let's head over to the tarot table. There we are. Yes, yes, yes. Don't you like your logo? I don't know what's going on with me with my speech. Am I having a stroke? Do you like your yoga? Ugh, cringe. All right, let's hit the tarot. We're going to start with our angel numbers. Let's get our angel numbers for you. Yep, that's it right there. Confidence with 909. Things are moving, and you need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risks. Okay, well, the universe is telling it like it is, and it's all about confidence. Look at that. That's a beautiful picture, too. Beautiful picture. Focus. Yeah, beautiful. That does give an air of confidence, doesn't it? Look at that. Whew. It's beautiful. So, things are moving. Things are in motion. You need to make a decision. Act with confidence and take risks. All right? Now, let's get a message from our guides. This is from the energy oracle cards. So let's see what they have for you, Gemini. What do we have here? What is it that we have? Ooh. Interesting. Number 22. Yeah, I knew this wasn't going to work. Okay. All right, 22. Yin and yang. See that? See that full moon image in that? Pay attention to that. You could look at yourselves as the yin and yang, the twins. Okay, number 22, passive/active, intuitive/logical. This card represents energetic life cycles and its purpose to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. This card heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. So maybe this is where your confidence is shaken this week, is that things are in motion, but you don't see that happening. Doesn't mean it's not. Big message for you this week, okay? This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine this present activity. It's an especially good time for completion. Full moons are about completion. So wrap things up. Wow. Confidence, things are moving. Make a decision. Maybe it's time to wrap things up. 2-2, 22. I love it. Good message so far. This full moon energy, you're probably already starting to feel that with Mars moving into that fellow air sign Libra and the moon moving into fellow air sign Aquarius. Could be a game changer for the way that you look at things, how you handle things in your life, how you view the world. You know? Very interesting energy here. Gemini, you just may be able to get things into balance also. I think the name of the game is confidence, though. I really do. Oh, I shouldn't be smacking those cards so hard on the table. I'm sorry. All right. Wow. Look at that. Speaking of confidence, the sun is full of it. The sun doesn't ask permission to shine. It just fucking does. The sun doesn't go, am I shining too bright for y'all? No, it just does. It makes you put on shades. It still does what it needs to do. Confidence, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters! Are you getting enough rest, Gemini? By the way my energy feels, no, absolutely not. So get 8 hours of rest. Oh my God, Jeff, I can't sleep 8 hours. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Get 7 to 8, optimal time. Stress levels go down. If you don't get enough good REM sleep, you're constantly in a cortisol-producing state. Get some rest. Not only that, but it's time to put to rest negative self-talk. That's not confidence. You see the difference? It's time to make a decision, Gemini. What are you choosing? The one on the left? Because she looks like she's just having a fucking blast, right? Or the one on the right? She's the rhythm of this record. Everything stops in the room when she enters. No one notices her. And that's on you. Okay? Confidence. Have faith this week. Just because you don't see it in the reality right now does not mean it's not moving towards you. You start to doubt it, then you can kiss that goodbye. So have faith that the universe has your back. Have faith in yourself. Shining as brightly as the sun. 3 of Cups, celebrating. Yeah, absolutely. This is what you'll be doing at the end of the week. Great victories. Only if you choose them. Confidence is solar plexus energy, yellow like the sun. The symbolism here is huge. Huge. It's very simple, too. Get some rest and stop thinking negatively of yourself. You deserve the best. Your friend group is going to be a huge focus for you this week also. So rely on them. You're your biggest cheerleader, though. I have to tell you that. Do not look for it in outside sources. Okay. Yeah, deception and envy. You see what's going on here? Don't be hating on something that you want that somebody has. Don't be hating on them. That's going to get you shit. You know what I mean? Don't be envious. Envy is one of the 7 deadly sins, and rightly so. Green does not look good on you either. You know, don't be jealous. You're only jealous because you haven't vibed up to that. And what you're seeing is only a perception. They look like they're a great couple, but they're probably miserable together. So don't deceive yourself. Take off the mask, take off the blinders, take off the blindfold. You paying attention to this message? It's very in your face and brassy. And I hate to deliver it because we want to have fun here. Believe me, I want to have fun. I don't want to ream you out, but your guides are like, what the fuck are you doing? It's a very simple situation here. Stop complicating it. You know? Ooh, that chair. All right, sacral chakra. Are you joyful? Let me ask you a question. Are you joyful in this moment right now? Yes or no? Because if you answered no, you're fucking up. Life is to be joyful. It's to be joyful about. It's to celebrate. Be patient with your process. It's taking some time to kind of reframe your mind, to reprogram, and that's fine. You have all the time in the world. Be patient. Have faith. Just because it's not here does not mean it's not coming to you, because there's a huge message that says if you get out of your head, it's coming. And then you'll be rejoicing in celebration, the Three of Cups, again. This is a huge message here. This is when green looks good on you, not when you're envying. Let's look at love. I got a feeling love is behind this, or lack thereof. But the full moon is going to be extra. It's going to point this out, and it's time to change the way that you look at it. Yeah, stuck mentality with the Hangman. 8 of Swords, stuck mentality. 7 of Swords, deceptive energy. Yeah, I totally see it. So it's time to release your burdens, especially with past relationships. Stop carrying baggage. For some of you Geminis, I really think that you still blame yourself for whatever went tits up. And it's not the case, okay? So you have to understand that. You also have to understand this. The magician is you create your reality based on how you think about things. And if you are thinking about things in a negative light, Gemini, already we're at a loss. So it's time to think positively of ourselves. It's time to say, I deserve it. I am worthy of it, and I open up to it. Thank you, universe. Job well done. You follow me on that? That's a very simple solution. And that's the problem. You're thinking there's some complicated formula in order to get this right, and it's not. It's getting out of your way and knowing that you are worthy of love. Now, Knight of Wands is showing take action. There's somebody coming in that's going to change things for you, especially singles. So be aware of that, all right? Now, let's get some messages of love. So again, we're releasing our burdens. We're having faith in the universe. This is what is on the energy for you this week. And I'm telling you, things will change. There's a payoff here that's just waiting to be had. And this is just about feeling good. But I think because of your lack of sleep and your lack of rest, it puts our mind in a stuck position. You have no idea how everything works together. Now, finances. So this might also be a problem. Financial challenges are affecting this relationship, this connection. Get out of that stuck mentality. Be creative. This full moon is also asking you to be creative about ways that you can combat this, especially getting out of a debt mentality or a lack mentality, obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. One hand washes the other over here. If you're obsessed about not enough and being stuck in that energy, well, kids, that's where it's going to be. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. So if you feel stuck in a relationship, it's a choice. You do have a choice. Well, I can't leave right now. Or I've been married for 34 years. It's not easy. No. It's easier just to settle. And that's what you're doing for some of you. And this is what you're obsessing about. You can see that the negative mindset has got to go. Release this on the full moon. Strictly sexual. This connection is passionate but not enduring. You deserve something better. Sure, it has its moments. But how does it really serve you at the end of the day, Gemini? I've been through this kind of shit, so I know what I'm talking about. And it's less fulfilling than you believe. Now, let's get some messages from What's the Vibe this week, all right? So let's do it. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're understanding this message and you don't think that I'm just being a dick about it. You know, like the message is very clear here, is that I'm almost feeling like you're in the way in some form or another. Smell the roses. Slow down this week. Take some time. Take some you time and get out in nature. So we need to stop obsessing. We need to break this. Hold on. Chair's going to squeak. Ow. Antisocial. You're in your feelings. You're giving the silent treatment and you're feeling left out. Well, guess what? That doesn't bring anything remotely close to joy if you're feeling this. And listen, Gemini, if you're antisocial, again, you're not in your vibe. Gemini is a very social sign. Maybe that's what you need to do, is kind of like step out of all the drama, but that, I guess it's on a person-by-person basis. Consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Let's not deal with that. Let's not give out mixed signals. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde, so we're still going to have that mixed signal energy. There's consequences to it. And let's just not make bad choices because we're desperate, you know? And vacay. I just saw one of these today. Vacay. Get away, relax, have fun. That ninth house influence on this full moon is a big indicator that maybe you do need a vacation. So let's get a closing message for you and see how to wrap this up. This is a lot. You know, this full moon is going to rattle some cages, and I think it's necessary. Hopefully, you take the insight in this reading and it kind of softens the blow and you get ahead of the curve. That's the reason why I do this stuff. I don't do it just because, you know, look what I can do. I do it because it helps people. I hear it on a daily basis. It works. All right, awareness. Maintain awareness. Be present in every moment. This week, that's all that matters. Be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of the energy you're putting out there. How are you feeling about it? How are you thinking about it? Are you in a negative mindset? Are you being positive? Because how you act in the present moment sets up your future. So if you're negative and going, you know what? Oh, I got all these bills to pay. I don't know what I'm going to do. It just seems like I'm working and the money don't flow. Well, guess what? The universe can only respond in kind to that energy you're putting out. You know what? The dating pool has piss in it. And, you know, the odds aren't in my favor. And I don't think, you know, I don't ever think I'm going to get a love ever again. I don't even ever think if I'm going to fall in love. And, well, the universe can only respond to that energy. Remember, this week is a clear indication that confidence wins. And you can't wear a mask and try to deceive people by thinking you're confident. It is something you feel here, right below your rib cage, that confidence. You know, those butterflies you feel? That's confidence, baby. That's your life force energy. And it's depleted. You need sleep. So get that. There is a big thing about slowing down. So do that. Get outside in nature this week. Release, release, release. This full moon has a lot of air energy going around. That lightning needs to discharge. Release that energy in the earth for you. All right, wow. We're at 21 minutes. Gemini, we've said it all. You need to just relax this week. You need to release negative thoughts about yourself, relationships, jobs, money, whatever it is. They all stem from the vibe you put out, how you think about things. Jeff, what kind of vibe am I putting out? If you're complaining all the time, I guarantee you're going to have plenty more to complain about. So remember, you create your reality. Prove me wrong, all right? Because it's not the world happening to you. It's the world responding to you. Remember that, Gemini. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal tarot reading, click the link in the description. Look at that. And it'll bring you to my booking page, and I will hook you up in person, online, whatever. Honey, I could do it. All right, Gemini, have a great week. I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Cancer, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Cancer. Hope you are having a great day. Hope your weekend was fan-fucking-tastic. So let's talk about the energy that's going on this week. We got a lot of moving and shaking going on. Let's see how we handle it this week, okay? So starting off on August 3rd, we have the waxing gibbous phase, and this is right before the full moon. We'll talk about that. This is a time, though, of reflection and fine-tuning. Now, this is reflecting on how we're feeling at this moment. How are we feeling? Where's our feelings going? How are we gauging this energy? And it's also fine-tuning any results. Remember, Mercury is still retrograde until next week, so it's in full retrograde phase. Let's do a little fine-tuning on messages, replying, that kind of thing, okay? So we're fine-tuning our vision as it begins to take light, to take process. Now, August 6th, Mars, the planet of drive, passion, ambition, getting things pushed forward, is moving into the sign of Libra, justice, harmony, balance, all right? Relationships. Mars can be a little aggressive. I would say really aggressive in Libra. So let's be careful. Let's have some grace when it comes to ourselves, relationships with ourselves and others. So be aware of that, all right? Let's not force equilibrium. Let's not force equilibrium into the relationships that we have. We can't force anything. We allow it to flow. We can move towards harmony, balance. Yes, absolutely, but we can't force it. The more we force it, the more it kind of slips through our fingers, okay? Now, on August 9th, we are having the full moon, and the full moon in Aquarius. So this is a time of culmination. It's a time of realization, that aha moment, the full moon shining light on issues in your life. And it's also about celebration. Barking at the moon, all of that stuff. All right? This full moon is happening in your 8th house. Now, the 8th house can mean a lot of things. I look at it in my practice as healing, a great opportunity to heal. But the 8th house is so much. It's death and taxes. It's the occult. It's sex. It just goes on and on and on. Other people's money, it's loans and debt, other people's debt, inheritance. It's like, it's all over the place, okay? I don't know. All of a sudden, I get really itchy. I don't know. Something in the air. But, so let's just say that it's a time for healing. It could be a heightened sexual hyper kind of thing, you know? Mars is moving in Libra. Want some, get some. That's what I say. But this full moon is extra. Mars moving into Libra is absolutely extra. So just be aware of that, because Cancer, you can be extra too. The 8th house is all about healing. That's the way I look at it. So let's go to the tarot table and get our angel numbers for the week, shall we? Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe with your angel numbers. Thank you, everybody, for watching. 75 degrees. All right, we have progression with 1, 2, 3. It's like the march has started. You are experiencing forward movement and sequential unfolding events. Trust the natural flow of life. Remember, I said not to force it, and take steps towards your goals with confidence. Yes, that is progress, not forcing it. Progress is not forced. That never worked for anybody, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, count it off and get to work. Forward movement. Wow. Let's get a message from our guides, from the angel, not the angel, the energy oracle deck. There it is. Let's see what it is, shall we? Victory. Fuck yeah. 28. 8 plus 2 is 10. Jeffy can add, and it's all about victory. Love that. Don't that look like Sydney Sweeney? Oh, how dare you say her name. She's got good genes. I have good genes too. We all have good genes. So stop it. All right, this is all about success and achievement. This card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory wreath in acknowledgement of your achievement. Success is on its way, and you have a sense of pride in what you've worked to accomplish. The achievement may be great outer success, or it may be a deep inner change that you've been exerting a lot of effort in and towards. Enjoy this sense of accomplishment, but be careful not to rest upon your laurels. People expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often there may still be inner work to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level right now. Open up to victory and it will be yours. We cannot experience victory if we don't feel victorious. If we feel like we're a victim, you're not getting anywhere near that. Okay? Now let's get your shadow card. Shadow. What's my shadow? What do we got to work on this week with your shadow work to make this progression and forward movement? We have two. Look at that, inner balance. When you resist, what you resist persists. What you accept transforms. Wow. It's about coming into wholeness and balancing that duality. That Mars in Libra could be that energy for you that allows you to work on that. What you resist persists, folks. Truth and sacred boundaries. Respecting, what the hell? Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. This is assertiveness and self-care. Cancers have sacred boundaries, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody should. Respecting and honoring your limits. So realize that, again, healing, self-care, feeling wholeness, which makes you victorious and puts you on a path of progression here that, you've been working hard towards. Let's not mince words. And things are going to fucking pay off big time. But you have to be open to it, receptive to it. All right, anything else? Nope, those all came out just like that. Okay, wow. Wow, all right. We've been talking about balance and harmony, and there it is with the Justice card. You focus on balance, you become balance. Why? Because you create the reality you want with the Magician. Oops. Yeah, right? Okay. I thought I stopped recording. And I got all these buttons really close to each other. So yeah, you are the rhythm of your record. Manifest, baby, manifest. This. Three of Swords. It's time to release this. What you resist persists. Let it go. It can no longer go with you on this journey you're on. You're getting out of these stormy waters. You cannot bring this stormy energy with you. It's time to move forward. And it all starts with your thoughts. You need to protect your energy this week from a lot of people that want to burst your bubble. It's time to put up some boundaries. The Seven of Wands is boundaries. And standing up to anybody that gets in over your boundaries. Somebody steps over your boundaries, you check them. All right, not physically. You know what I mean. That's how I make the point across, All right, let's get some oracles and see what they add to this. Wow, they're just all coming out. Look at all this. Messages upon messages upon messages upon messages. Don't be tempted to stay in this energy. We need to trust our intuition. We need to have our feet on the ground. You got your homework assignment here, kids. Pay attention. It's time to transform that energy. How? Through light. The sun shining as brightly as the sun. This is big major energy here, guys. And positive movement forward with all kinds of relationships, something you've been waiting for, and spiritual union. Wow, that's progress. I mean, holy shit. Stand your ground. You're almost there. For a lot of you, you're almost there. That's big energy, and I like it. Let's look at relationships, because I got a feeling that's at the crux of all this. Maybe that Three of Swords energy is what you're still trying to carry over, thinking that serves you, and it really doesn't, Cancer. It really doesn't. Ooh, dropped my selenite. I have it surrounding this table. All right, yeah, don't turn your back on an opportunity here by being stuck in a certain frame of mind, especially when it comes to relationships. No way. We're not doing this to ourselves. Trust your intuition. You have a lot of choices to make. So choose the highest and the best for you. This is almost like, listen, Cancer, the universe is giving you an opportunity to choose. What do you want? What do you desire in life? What's missing? Put in the work. Yes, it's hard. But you put in the work, it pays off. There's a huge message here this week that because you're putting in the work, it is going to pay off. Do not give up. Knight of Swords is communication coming in with somebody and creating the relationship you want. I'm telling you guys, I think a lot of you Cancers are getting out of this mentality that relationships are flawed and they're not for you. And I think that a lot of you singles are going to be moving into a better phase because you're doing the work. Others are realizing that they've got work to do in the relationships that they have. So if you are in a relationship, you've been stagnant. You've been stagnating in a relationship. And it's time to get back that spark. It's not hard. Think about how you met in your story, Look at that. Big, big, big boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. Boundaries are all over this reading. Sacred boundaries, Seven of Wands, and boundaries. Obsessions. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. By the looks of it, it's you. But you can be victorious if you work on that. If you focus on the duality and integrate it instead of keep it separate. Now, marriage, this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. There's all indications of that too. Again, the energy's all over the board for some of you Cancers, but the message is the same. This is about releasing and coming into full balance. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, let's get... What's the vibe? All right. What do we got for Cancer? Interesting. So again, big message about relationships. I love it. I think it's time for a lot of you. All right. Exhausted. This could be a lot of it. What does that say? I can't even see it. Burnt out, burdened, and empty. Well, it's time to heal. With that eighth house full moon, it's time to heal. You're exhausted. And stop running. Could be going on a vacation. But you're more likely to escape and be in denial and make excuses than take care of this. And this you've been carrying for far too long. Okay? This is what we work towards. This is what was the outcome at the beginning of the reading, was the Justice card. And this is all about balance, peace, and happiness. Look at that. Balance. Crucial for you at this time. And you can have it. Just because you don't have it doesn't mean you're not getting it. That's a clear message right now. Okay, so let's get an ending message for you. It's very evident here. Dare I say it's calling you out? All right, divinity. Beautiful. Every moment is filled with divinity. Cherish it. Absolutely. So that's what this is all about, is reconnecting to your divinity. That is all inherently ours, and we all have it. We are all part of the divine. We are never separate from it. Remember that. You've forgotten how powerful and who the fuck you are, and it's time to get it back. You've let past relationships and experiences cloud your view of the world, and now you think the only thing you can do is run away from it. Well, it's not working, okay? You can claim victory by just simply claiming it. Right now, I think a lot of you are in a victim mentality and you need to heal yourself from it. Prove me wrong, okay? All right, Cancer, that's going to do it for this tarot reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading with me in person or online, tarot or astrology, I got you covered. Click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Cancer, use this energy wisely. You are being prompted to make progress. You're going to be rewarded for the progress when you put in the effort. A relationship is on its way only when you say you're deserving of it and you get rid of your old relationship shitty baggage. That's it in a nutshell. All right, Cancer, love you all. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Leo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. That's right. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Leo, fellow kings and queens. Hope you are doing well. It's still Leo season, and we're still vibing and thriving, and you better be shining your light and not letting anyone dim it. So let's talk about the astrology. You know how it rolls here. We do astrology, and then we do the tarot read. So let's get to it. August 6th, Mars, the planet of aggression, anger, drive, male energy, can also be, sorry, my nose itches all of a sudden for some reason. Of course, as soon as I get on camera. Ooh, there was something flying around here too. Oh, great. And Mars is moving into Libra. So this is all about taking action to find balance in our relationships. Libra is all about relationships and harmony and balance. And that's what we're striving for this week and moving into the rest of the fall, actually. So we don't want to use our ego when it comes to relationships. We want to not be so aggressive. Mars is pushy. It's the red car speeding down the highway. That's what I always say. Okay. So just be aware of that. Could be too pushy. For our energy, Leo energy, it could be advancing to relationships, making moves. All right, let's make some moves. But before, I should have went this first, is August 3rd, we are in the waxing gibbous, which is about reflection and fine-tuning before the full moon, which is on the 9th. So from the 3rd all the way to the 9th, we're in the waxing phase when we're just about to become full. This is when we reflect. This is when we fine-tune the vision, okay? And then on the 9th, we have the full moon. So where is the full moon? I should have had that right there on the top. Yeah, okay. So the full moon is all about culmination, realization, and celebration, okay? The full moon is always a little extra. And we're going to put those on the table there for later. So we're in between phases right now. We're going to be in the waxing phase and we're going to be in the full moon phase. And the full moons are an excellent time, again, to release things. And it brings to light a lot of situations. My chair is going to squeak. I got to do something about that. And this full moon is taking place on the 9th in Aquarius. And this is happening in our 7th house of, guess what? Relationships. So this is going to be interesting. Libra rules the 7th house naturally in the natural zodiac. So this is a focus on relationships, maybe taking action towards a relationship. Maybe somebody, if you're single, Leo, comes into your life at this time. All that hard work we've been putting into working on ourselves is only attracting that like energy to us. Okay? So this is about relationships. Maybe getting rid of relationships, because Aquarius is sudden. It's, heady. But it's also, boom, there it is. Boom, There it is. And that's the astrology. So let's switch to the table and get our angel numbers. Leo, thank you so much for being here. All right. Chair's squeaking. It's driving me nuts. All right, let's do it. What's our angel numbers for us Leos? Kicking it in Leo season. We got that full moon. Relationships, baby. Let's see how that works. Evolution. Love that with 5, 6, 7. Leo, you are evolving spiritually and emotionally, moving towards greater wisdom and understanding. Fuck yeah. Love that. We are evolving. We're just evolving. We're turning into beautiful lions and lionesses. Yes, it's true. Okay. Let's get an energy oracle card and see what our guides have to say. What's the advice for this week? We got some action in relationships. And that takes center stage, bringing things to realization, maybe celebrating. We're fine-tuning our expectations, maybe getting rid of expectations totally, and really just allowing that energy to come into our lives. That would be fucking great. All right, let's get a message from our guides. What do they have for us, Leos? What's the message? Thank you so much for being here, Leo. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Oh, there it is, the third chakra. Archangel Shamil. I'm going to take a chance and say it's Archangel Shamil, right? Shamazel. Yeah, Shamil. Third chakra Shamil. You know what that is, don't you? You know what that is. That's the solar plexus, baby. We rule the solar plexus. Number 37, which in numerology adds to 10. Payoff. So let's read about it, shall we? All right, this is about emotions of desire. Okay, we already see where this reading's going. We already see where this is going. Emotions of desire and life force energy. Absolutely, that's where it comes from, your solar plexus center, your center. All right, so the powerful Archangel Shamil is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at the solar plexus, which is in the location of your third chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issues here revolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. When the card appears, it indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present or soon to be on its way. This is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. Damn. Shamil, no more Shamazel. I love it. That is can-do energy right there. That's our life force. And I don't know about you, but my life force is fucking beaming. How about you? So let's get the vibe, shall we, Leo? I've been on this kick lately. I don't know. Let me know if you've been on this kick lately, where I have just been waking up, just enjoying life, like just fucking embracing this beautiful thing called life. I'm telling you, man, I am so grateful and so blessed. And our weather has been almost like picture perfect, not too hot, not too cold. A little bit of chill in the air, which means that you can layer or something like that. It's not fall, but it's totally summer. I don't know. It's been so fucking hot lately. It's just a relief. Change my mind. Okay, let's get the vibe, shall we? What do we have? What do we have for this week? Let's not be tempted. Let's not be tempted to what? To hold on to things that we know damn well we need to walk away from. Interesting. I can kind of feel that. The universe is saying, make it happen, buddy. And budettes. Make it happen. Make it work. The star, the universe has your back. Feel confident. Nurture that security in yourself, that I've got this confidence this Queen of Pentacles has. Nurture that. She's got her eyes closed, so she doesn't have to worry about anybody stabbing her in the back. You know what I mean? This is, I've got this. Sitting pretty. Solar plexus energy. And also grounding. Get out there and ground. It's time to slow and steady wins the race here. Absolutely. You planted those seeds of intention. Nurture those. Know that they will bear fruit. Absolutely. And the Wheel of Fortune. It's time. Wheel of Fortune. My Nana used to watch that all the time. You couldn't call her during the Wheel of Fortune because you'd be talking to her, like telling her about stuff, and she'd be like, uh-huh. I'm like, Nana, did you just hear what I said? Uh-huh. I miss her. She was so beautiful. All right. My Nana. Wheel of Fortune says it's time. Maybe your Nana says it's time, okay? Filho Bedo. That's what she used to call me. Oh, my Filho Bedo. All right, let's get some oracles. Filho Bedo. That's it. Italian American, you got Italian in you, and it's just, you got Italian in you, Would you like a little Italian in you? All right. All right, what are we doing? We are nurturing ourselves absolutely here with this is Empress energy. This is, again, nurturing energy. This is feeling good, looking good. Coming from the heart. This is what we rule this. The heart is all Leo. Empower your heart. Accelerated motion. This month, things are going to take off with the number 8 there. Yeah, absolutely. And prosperity begins with the Ace of Pentacles. Fantastic, Leo. There's an opportunity here. Now it's time. It's really time for evolving, moving forward. It's beautiful effing energy. Now, the moment that we've been waiting for. Relationships, because when you see this deck, you know that this is my love deck. Yes. And we are going to see what we can do today. What am I saying? All right, let's get love for Leo. We got an emphasis on relationships with this full moon. What's happening? What's happening? Angels, guides, and spirits. If you can kindly point us in the love direction, we'd be so thankful. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, God damn it. All right. So we've got some work to do. It's putting an end to it. Don't be tempted. Again, there's a strong message I'm feeling here that we're holding on to something that we just don't need anymore. A lot of Leos need to let it go. Stop with the wasting your energy. Stop with the mind deception with yourself. Saying that, yes, I can change. They'll change. King of Swords cuts all cords. That's right. Let's go of the past. Speaks their truth also. And 9 of Wands. Let down your defenses. See, Leo, you know this. You know this just as much as I do because I am a fellow Leo. Is that defense is a big, big, big thing for us. Especially when we're trying to protect our heart. But we can't get anything if we have this wall of defense up. The Queen of Wands, that's our energy. See the lions? See the sunflowers? It's our energy. Embrace change. We have to do things a little differently. Evolve. I remember way back in the early 90s, I had a sweatshirt that said, "Oh, evolve." And everybody was like, what's that mean? Like, no one knew about, like working on themselves. And I was like a mogul back then because, the radical idea guy, like, well, he's listening to his intuition. What the hell is that? What's wrong with your kid? You know, just trying to live my life, man. I'm a musician. You know, longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. Okay. So if anyone's watching this, it's cross-watching, and you're watching it because of me, and you're secretly yearning for me, would you fucking let me know, please? Because I'm sick of sitting here waiting. All right, now how many Leos have just said that? I'm sick of sitting here waiting. That's the big thing. You got to catch yourself when you say that. We do not wait. We do not chase. We attract. So if you want that energy, you have to be that energy. But if somebody's secretly macking on me, would you fucking let me know? I mean, the summer's almost over. So let's get some more. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself and another will help you move forward. That is a big one. Big. Okay? Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Well, thank you. Now, bring it in. And marriage, this relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Okay, very good. Could be changing for you. It's time. It's time for you to evolve and open up to these beautiful relationships. Now, let's get what's the vibe and see what we've got for this week. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, shit. All right, we got that squeaking chair, antisocial, in your feelings, silent treatment, and feeling left out. All right, well, that ain't going to get you anything for this week. But we're in our feels and we're being antisocial. I've been antisocial, but not on purpose. It's a good thing, you know? And clingy, old exes, dead relationships and old ways. This is the big one right here. Right here, Leo. So pay attention to that. And narcissist. Egotistical, opportunist, and fragile. I'm telling you, we're done attracting people like this in our lives. We have them around us. It could be even friends. It could be coworkers. It could be something like that. But we don't need this. And we don't need to act like this either. Again, that Mars energy going into Libra can really add some fucked up energy. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, let's get a closing message and see where that leads us. Let's see. Okay, for this week, meditation, absolutely. Meditation connects you to your inner self. So again, working on yourself, getting that right. Leo, it's time. It's time for you to become more social. It's time to put yourself out there. Just say to the universe, I'm ready. But you have to let go of some old patterns and beliefs about your relationships. That's no longer serving you. So just remember that. It's time to work on that. This full moon is all about relationships for us. So be aware. Let your inner light shine. Heal. Forgive. Forgiveness is the ultimate form of healing for you, Leo. You have to understand that. And for this week, it's imperative. And do some meditation. Join me on Mondays, or do some of my meditations here on the channel. All right, Leo, I love you all. Have a great week. Thank you for watching. If you want to, you should probably subscribe. You should. Hit the like also. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Holy shit, my booking page. Leo, love you so much. I will see you on the weekend. Virgo, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Virgo. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you watched the freaking weekend. Go check that out. I did that live. That was pretty cool. Well, let's talk about the astrology. Let's get to it. We got a lot going on this week. So let's go. First of all, we are going to talk about August 3rd. We are moving into the waxing gibbous phase. Now, what this is about a time of reflection and fine-tuning what our intentions were at the new moon, all right? And it all is getting ready. You can see the moon is growing with light, and we are getting ready for the full moon. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, August 6th, Libra is getting a visitor from Mars. Mars is moving into Libra on the 6th, and that is going to give us a focus on balancing our relationships. It's also about taking action in our relationships. It could be you opening up to relationships, maybe saying, you've been single and like, you know what? I think it's time. I think it's time. I think I've done the work. I think I enjoy being with myself, because that's a big thing, when we're going to open ourselves up to a relationship, we have to love and respect ourselves as much as we want that other person to be. And that's true with all our relationships. So just keep that in mind. Let's not use ego when it comes to desiring what we want in our relationships and being too pushy. All right. So this kind of like really makes the scales unstable, only because on the 9th, we have the full moon coming in. So this is going to be a time of extra. This is realization, culmination, and celebration also. The full moon is a time to celebrate. But things come to light. This is a great time to release. So release what no longer serves you. This full moon is actually in Aquarius. So this is anything goes, I guess, with this full moon. It's going to be happening in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is about routine and health. So best thing to do with this full moon, and you've probably already been working for this and working towards this, is that balance, Mars moving into Libra, harmony in our life, getting rid of the things in our daily routine that no longer serve us. And there's probably tons of things in your routine that can go. Doom scrolling, binge watching TV, not doing exercise, not exercising, not eating properly, when we're just kind of just going through the motions, or we just kind of waste our time. Now it's a time to actually get into a nice fine-tuned schedule. Do something you wouldn't do normally. Maybe you're so in a routine that you feel stuck, so this full moon is going to bring this to light. It's also brings some health issues. So again, it's about taking care of yourself. How are you taking care of yourself? The 6th house is opposite the 12th, and the 12th is your subconscious. So what can we get rid of there? What is stopping us subconsciously in order to live a better life in a daily and in our routine? So lots to think about this week. So with that being said, let's switch to the tarot table. Like that, don't you? I love that. All right, the chair's going to squeak. I'm really sorry about that, but I got to do something about that. Maybe new chair. I don't know. It just sounds like the lady at the DMV, like, next. Jesus. All right, let's get our angel numbers for this week, Virgo. There we go, with expansion. Look at that, 333. Love it. Trust in your abilities and embrace opportunities for growth and expansion. Absolutely. This full moon is bringing that opportunity in for you to do that. So trust in your innate abilities to do this. Virgos are very, 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 let's get this list tackled. And if you're not, eventually you step into that power, okay? So let's get a message from our guides here on what else we need to know for this week. I've never gotten this one before. This is the Thinking Woman, number 47. Never got that one before. Let's read up on it. The Thinking Woman, that's very Virgo, I think. Virgo energy, the green, the steps, the foundation, Oh, this chair. Oh, my God. It's driving me nuts, y'all. All right, 47. Female of wisdom or understanding. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or the thinking man, that card could also represent, or like the thinking man, I guess there's a thinking man in the deck, could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance into the world. So it's kind of like the Empress card almost. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. The affirmation for this week is, I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I am thoughtful, focused, and clear. Yeah, so this is about you expanding your innate talents, your abilities to get things done, to tackle that list and make it happen. You can do that, Virgo, and you really need to double down on that for this week. All right? Interesting. All right, let's get the vibe for you. So I'm going to be doing some more lives. The next live I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing $15 readings. So you go ahead and get in the chat and hook that up. There will be a link to pay for all of that, and it'll alert me, and then you'll be in a queue. And then we'll just tackle out readings live. I fucking love that. Can't wait to do that. And I also want to do, well, I'll let you guys know. But I think that's going to be awesome. So stick around for that, folks. All right, Virgo, let's get the vibe for you this week. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. So we've got this nurturing, feet on the ground, practical woman, you know, and if Virgo guys are watching this, have no fear. You know, this is an energy. It's not so much a female, you know. It's nurturing yin energy. Okay, what do we got? Okay, big message here. Let's hope you're getting some rest with the Four of Swords. I hope you are getting rest. Rest is important. That's maybe part of your daily routine that you need to be aware of and change for this full moon. Especially letting to rest being defensive. You're resilient. You can do this. You don't need to be defensive. Trust the universe with the star. Absolutely. Absolutely. Eight of Pentacles is putting in the work. Again, this is very Virgoan energy here. The moon phase is very prominent. We're at this stage right here. Put in the work. Using your skills and your trust in your abilities. Again, trust, nurturing, that's trust. Her eyes are closed. No worries. I got this. Feet on the ground. Everything comes to me because I work for it and deserve for it. Wow. Great energy. And, of course, Page of Cups brings in a message, an opportunity when pigs fly. Focus. The opportunity comes, and Two of Cups, baby. Partnerships, alliances, a decision. Not a decision. That's the Lovers. This is deciding to open up to a relationship. It's expansion. Growth and expansion. 333. That's all yours. Now, let's get some oracles. I'm trying to sit very still, and this chair is just rocking and creaking. It sounds like I'm on a boat. Jesus. All right. Got two there. Anything else for Virgo for this week? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. There's a surprise card. All right. Don't be tempted to not pay attention to these signs. This is all for you, Virgo. This week is about transformation. So make that happen. Transform all this energy. And get some sleep, too. Memories of love is... Love is all around you. That's the first message. But the other one is that you could be dealing with some past issues here. So don't be tempted to let things from the past get to you either. That could be a problem. So just remember that. And focus on this. Again, that with that Queen of Pentacles energy, knowing that I deserve this. Material harvest. Raises, something like that. Working towards that. Maybe doing some side hustles, getting some extra money, maybe adding that to your routine, or putting in one of your skills that you probably set aside and now are revisiting. Try that. All right, let's get love. Let's look at love. Let's see what we have, because we got the Two of Cups there just sitting right at the top of this reading. The Six of Cups, so maybe somebody from the past could be coming in. Maybe the message here is don't take someone from the past. If it was horrible, of course, we're not going to do that. Wow, look at that. Yeah. Six of Cups again. Oh, boy. And the Knight of Swords. Message coming in from the past here, definitely. Be empowered, okay? Take action. Again, there's a lot of action taking place here. Action Jackson. And Page of Pentacles, an offer coming in. So that's 2 offers coming in here. Possibly an apology. I'm telling you, maybe revisiting some past life. Not past life, but past relationship. And the Chariot, which will be successful. If you choose. Remember, you have free will. I mean, if this person treated you like shit, why would you go back to them? You know what I mean? This isn't about backpedaling. This is about going forward. So maybe that thinking woman, that woman for you, that practical woman is coming in. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. The plot thickens. Twin flame. This is a divine counterpart connection. Okay. All right. And integrity. Now this is where it lies. Does this situation align with your values and morals? Now, that's something you got to ask yourself. Is this good for you? Or is it not? Don't settle. There's a big message here not to settle, okay? So let's get, what's the vibe? I like using these cards. I see a lot of other tarot readers use these cards, and it does add some clarity to it, but some of these cards are just, you know, they're a little weird, but I guess they add comic relief, but they do add some great messages here. Yeah, look at this. Feminine energy. There's a huge, huge message about that. You know, gentleness, nurturing, and what is that? Mothering. And I know Virgos love to mother. Virgo females love to mother. Again, some of you Virgo males may be getting that mothering, nurturing aspect into your life. Interesting, all right? And harmony with balance, peace, and happiness. This is all you need to focus on, Virgo. So remember that, okay? All right, let's go and get a closing message for you. So this is big energy here. For some reason, so Virgo, I'm getting a message about a mother, your mother. If you're watching this and your mother has passed on, she wants you to know that she is here, and there is a special kind of butterfly. It's a butterfly, but it's a very small blue one with like black edges, white edges. If that rings true to you, that is like her being around you, or it's significant to her. She might have liked that. Wow, did you just hear that weird whistle? Was that a bird? What was that? Wow, look at that. Closing message, courage. So I hope that message resonates for you. All right, courage. Focus, please. Courage lies within you, Virgo. You have the power to overcome anything. Wow. Excellent. Love that. All right. Listen, Virgo. This has been a big message for you this week. So remember, change up your routine. Change the way that you talk to yourself. Are you positive with yourself? Do you know that you can do it? Do you put that skill that you have to use properly for you to flourish in your life? It's time to do it. And opening up to relationships, there's something coming from the past, someone you haven't heard from. Some mothers are coming in saying, let my kids know I'm here with them. So blue butterflies, I'm telling you. Let me know in the comments, okay? All right, Virgo, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you would like a personal reading with me, you can just click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Virgo, thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed week, and I will see you on the weekend. Libra, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Libra. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. We've got a lot to talk about this week. We've got a lot of things happening in your fellow air signs. Yeah, and yours also. So we might as well get to it. You know how we do. We do the astrology first. That gives us the cosmic energy, the influence of what's going on. And we're shifting 2 moon phases this week. Interesting. We're starting off with the waxing gibbous. This is when we're just about to hit that full moon. We're almost past that full crescent, you know. This is all about reflection and fine-tuning that vision that we intended during the new moon, okay, and the first quarter. Now, on August 6th, so did I say August 3rd we're going into the waxing gibbous? Okay, August 3rd we're going into waxing gibbous. So it's a time for reflection. You're probably already doing that, fine-tuning the vision that you see that you want to accomplish. And then on August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, male aggression, it's the, god of war. It is getting things done. It's passion, pushing forward. Red car speeding down the highway. That's the way I look at Mars and that energy. It's fast. It's sudden. It's harsh. It's too bad, get out of my way kind of energy. Kind of ego-ish. That's moving into your sign. So, first of all, I have to tell a lot of Libras that don't force harmony. Don't try to balance that. Don't force the scales to be balanced. This is when things can get wonky. What we want to do is to have grace around this time, to be able to use this energy to motivate you in a positive way and not get overly anxious, kind of like, I just see it like foolhardy, I guess. I guess that's the word I'm going for. But Mars can be extra, and this week is a little extra. So just know that Mars is moving in your sign. You might feel a little bit more aggressive than usual, so just be aware of that. But it's kind of making the change, taking the action to let your relationships balance out, to let things balance out. If lately you've been feeling less motivated, you're going to start feeling motivated now. All right. Now, on August 9th, we have a full moon happening, full of light. The light is shining down on a certain area of your life in astrology. This is about culmination, realization, that full moon realization, that epiphany, aha, and also celebration. People get crazy on the full moon. That's where we got lunatic from. Full moon fever. I know I get full moon fever once in a while. Man, I can't remember the last time I barked at the moon. So this full moon is in Aquarius, fellow air sign. We've got a lot going on. Now you've got that trifecta, all elements have that trifecta. You have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, okay? And with this energy happening in your sign and in Aquarius, this is shining full moon spectrum on you in your fifth house of joy, of finding that balance in your life, to finding that romance in your life. A lot of you single Libras are going to be finding some joy this week for sure. This gets the ball rolling for the rest of the summer and into fall. I like it for you. That Aquarius energy can be extra. The full moon is extra. So you see Mars in your sign extra. It's an extra week. Just watch yourself. Look down when you're walking and look both ways. You see what I'm saying? Mars in your sign can feel a little rushed. That's the way that's the word I wanted to get, was rushed. So let's hit the tarot table and get your angel numbers. You hear my chair squeaking? I can't stand it. All right. Let's do it. Angel numbers for this week go as follows. Wow, with transformation. Look at that. 555. Release old habits. Embrace new opportunities for growth, Libra, and trust in the universe's plan for you. Wow. 555. Yeah. And I just had this sitting right up there. Change, transformation. You're also at a halfway point. Again, that full moon. That energy moving in. I love it. Good. Mars will definitely bring in that transformation. All right. Let's get a message from your guides. This is from the Energy Oracle cards. I like using these. And let's see what they got for you this week, Libra. Which one? The one on the bottom. Ooh. Third chakra. Archangel Shamil. Hey, Shamil. Number 37. 7 plus 3 is 10. Ooh, look, I can add. Yeah, payoff. I was just talking about this in Gemini's reading. Emotions of desire, life force energy. Yeah, you can see that almost like that Mars energy too. The powerful Archangel Shamiel is holding a beautiful sphere of golden light at the solar plexus, which is the location of your third chakra and the center of your life force energy. The issue here revolve around emotions of desire and your personal energy. This card indicates that an increased enthusiasm is present, or it soon could be on its way. With Mars moving into your sign, that adds a lot of enthusiasm in your life and your life force energy. This is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires, and Mars is desire. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. Wow. Excellent. Solar plexus energy. I am worthy. I am good enough. I shine as brightly as the sun. Damn. Isn't that great? That's just great. You know what? I just realized this, and I feel horrible. I'll make it up to everybody. But let's get your shadow work oracle card. Interesting. Wow, I can't believe I did not add these to the reading. I didn't do it for earth signs. Shit, I feel bad. Well, it's not like I can go back in there and edit it. That wouldn't work at all. All right, so we've got 2 shadow work cards. Let's do it. Unmasking Truth. The eyes see only what the mind is prepared to know. Self-examining and revelation. The full moon can bring a lot of that, of unmasking the truth for you. And we have dark reflection. Interesting. When you look into the abyss looks back. Truth-seeking, liberation, self-examination, revelation. Wow. Could be learning a lot about things this week. Work on that. Maybe that's the thing you got to do, is unmask the truth here. Maybe confidence will give you that boost to do it. Interesting. All right, now we can get the vibe for the week. The eyes only see what the mind is prepared to know. And when you look into the abyss looks back. So is that a reflection of you? And vice versa? Interesting. Truth-seeking, liberation, revelation, releasing old habits, embracing new opportunities, transforming through these energies. This is big. All right. Okay. Seems like you're holding back on something. Talk about truth-seeking. Here's a truth bomb for you. You're holding back. You're holding back. I think you're holding back a couple things. It's weird. The message is kind of jarbled here. The star in the King of Pentacles is showing me that you're holding back your own wishes, your own dreams. You're holding back wisdom or stability that you know you are capable of allowing yourself to have. I know that sounds weird to say, but it almost seems like you're holding back that step to be more mature, to handle things in a more mature light. It's weird. This just feels a little weird. And the Three of Pentacles is recognition and reward. So you're holding back. Okay, so that's what it is. You're holding back recognition and reward by not believing that the universe has your back and that you're mature enough or capable of it when it's about confidence and transformation, releasing the old habits of holding yourself back, okay? Now, let's get some oracle cards for you and see what we have, Libra. Okay. The energy kind of shifted right there. Don't be mad at me. I'm just the messenger. Look at that transformation. This is what it's about this week. Embrace it. You're getting many messages here that say the same thing. Okay? You're transforming. Unleash it. New beginnings, absolutely. Again, transformation, new opportunities, new beginnings. The messages are very clear to you. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Two of Cups, you could be holding back from a special relationship here if you're single, or a fulfillment in one that you already have. Interesting. Let's look at love. What are we holding back? Our own transformation, our new beginnings, our spiritual union. I think it's time to allow yourself to do that. I see transformation everywhere. I like it, guys. I really do. Yeah, look at releasing yourself from judgment, past relationships, what other people think. Fuck them. Really, really. Look at this heavy masculine energy here. Look at that. King of Pentacles and the King of Wands. King of Pentacles out again. So it's about nurture. It's about really feeling confident about your security. I can do this. Fear is holding you back. King of Wands is embracing change, having the drive to do it. The Emperor is taking control. You see where this is going here? Wow. So I have a feeling for some of you that are in a relationship. I have a feeling that you're dealing with somebody that could be narcissistic, and it's time for you to set yourself free. I think it's time for you to open up to something that you are so worthy of. And I think that lately you have looked at that dark reflection. You are unmasking the truth, and you are no longer holding back. I really hope that is. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you're single, I see a lot of male energy here. So that Mars energy is hitting strong for you this week. How are you going to use that to motivate you, to move you towards your dreams, or to make you brew and get stuck and that energy stagnates? It's interesting that a lot of you need to set yourself free from an old relationship. A lot of the other half of you need to open up to one that you are holding back. Wow, interesting. Very interesting. It seems like that's my new word. Interesting. I've been saying that a lot. All right, apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. This male energy could be doing that, heralding in something here. Unavailable. This person is unavailable to give you all you deserve. Okay, well, even when they say they're sorry, if they can't do it, they can't do it. And I think you're at that point when you're like, I can't do this. Second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. So there's multiple situationship things going on here. I'm looking at the Three of Pentacles thinking three options of how this fits into your reality, Libra. But it's all about really empowering yourself. It's transforming this energy, no longer holding it back, opening up to the gift of love and joy and all of that. It's just not wishy-washy shit. It's the real deal. All right, let's get what's the vibe and see what kind of messages enforce this energy for the week, and what else that we need to be aware of. Did you see the way that card flew out? I don't think you could, but all right. Isolation, rejected, left alone, and self-inflicted. I don't understand the symbolism of the. Is that teddy bear at a strip club? I'm really trying to figure out why is a stuffed animal. A stuffed animal wouldn't feel any of those because it's a stuffed animal. Is that a shower curtain? I'm so confused, guys. I'm confused. Anyway, You may be feeling isolated because of these three little factors here. Maybe some of it's self-inflicted. In any attempt or any reason, we're holding back our own progress because we're feeling isolated and left out, where it may not be the situation. It may be your perception of it, okay? So, and this is about relationships, guys. So, recharge this week. Breathe, let go, and clear your mind. This is a big message, especially around this full moon. So pay attention. This is what solves all this crazy energy here. I'm telling you, this full moon brings revelations about relationships, giving and receiving love. And I think that the first step is recharging yourself first. And then look at that. Huge focus on healing, self-care, introspection, and meditation. It's time for that because this energy is just gaining some momentum. So you've got to be ahead of the curve, all right? Now let's get a closing message for you. My lovely Libras, there's a big message here of, well, using healing and introspection, self-examining. I'm telling you guys, you are really getting to the bottom of it. And I think it transforms you. I think your life will never be the same after you open up to this. And look at this. The closing message is blessing. You are a blessing, Libra. Blessings are gifts from the universe. Receive and share them. Beautiful. I love it. There's a huge message here to work on your healing. To no longer hold back from what you deserve. And I think right now with this full moon, you are really allowing joy into your life. Probably for the first time, wholly, fully, and completely. How's that feel? How does it feel to be on the other end of that? When you are finally letting the situations that happen to you no longer burden you, but transform you. And you open up to what you haven't received yet, but know that you're worthy of it. You know what I mean? You need to recharge this week. So at the end of the week, make sure you put in some self-care, meditate, get into your little space, isolate yourself a little bit. So pull back from the world to really go within. There's a huge, huge, huge transformation available to you when you stop looking for it out there and finding it in here. All right, Libra, big message. Count your blessings. They're gifts from the universe, and they will continue to be given to you the more grateful you are for them. Okay? So that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you would like a personal reading with me in person or online, tarot or astrology, I got you covered. Click the link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page. Libra, thank you so much for watching. This has been pretty profound. Lots of energy coming in your way. And you can use this to your advantage this week. Get some rest and recharge. Go near water, too. You need some beach time, maybe, all right? Libra, have a great week. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the weekend. Scorpio, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Scorpio. Hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for being here. You know how we roll. You like that? You like this? I like it a lot. And we're going to keep adding on to our readings and adding so much more. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. We were supposed to do it 6 months ago, starting in February. That didn't work out too well. You know, I got into a car accident and things changed. But here we are. You see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. You can literally hold it in your hand. If I can manifest this beautiful life that I live, doing this for you every day, all day, there's no excuse why you can't manifest the life that you deserve. Because I just got out of my fucking way. Excuse me. And I'm still doing it. And that's the whole point of this. You know what I mean? Do what you love. I firmly believe that if you are passionate about something in your life, you cannot fail at it if you go and do it. You can't. You can't. Because I have progressed so much in these last Well, when I really started hitting this hard and opened up my center 7 years ago, 7 years ago, it seemed like it was yesterday. And I've been through so much. But I've kept the vision alive. I did it, God damn it. By hook or by crook. That's how it happens for you. It's very simple. Believe in yourself. So, you know how we roll here. We do the astrology. So thank you for being here. We are going to do the astrology first, so let's get to it. August 3rd, we are moving into the waxing gibbous phase. Now, this is all about reflection and fine-tuning our vision, whatever that may be. How close are we to our vision? Are we close yet? Oh, I just knocked Archangel Michael out of the way. Are we closer to our vision than we were last month? Last week? What are we doing to hinder ourselves or progress? Okay. Now on August 6th, oops, my hair flopped. August 6th is hot and heel. August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, aggression, war, male energy, pushing forward, is moving into Libra. Let's have some grace with this, okay? We don't want to force harmony. We want to allow it to flow. Mars will bring in the motivation to do it, but it can be very aggressive. So just be aware of that. Our relationships can get a little heated. You can see on the world stage justice being served, and boy, is it going to shock people. I'm just saying it here first. Be aware of that, because everything this week is a little extra. And we are moving into, on the 9th, on our full moon phase. And this is all about a culmination, realization, and celebration. All things full moon. You know it's a little extra. You know how that works, but it's an excellent time to release. And this full moon is putting focus on your, where are you? 4th house of home. So, and it's an Aquarius. So it could be sudden things. You know, Aquarius is, well, very unique. You might be finding some unique solutions towards some issues with home. You could be doing some projects at home too. This might be the week to do them. You might have the time to do it, because full moons in the 4th and 10th house focus on parents, okay? So be aware of that. But it's also that balance between work and home. I think this week you could really strive to do that by fine-tuning your results early in the week and kind of enjoying this full moon. I guess that's the only way I can put it for you. Maybe you're having a party at your home or entertaining, something like that. It could be simply of releasing things, clearing out the clutter at home, you know? So this full moon can be extra. Just want you to be aware of that. So let's hit the tarot table, shall we? And let's start with getting our angel numbers. So thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's start the vibe for you, Scorpio. Look at that. Spiritual awakening. Love this card with 777. Wow. Focus. You are on the right path. You're spiritually evolving and aligning with your higher purpose. Hallelujah. Love that. That's a great thumbnail right there, don't you think? Well, not my literal thumbnail. I'm talking about, you know, a screenshot of that would be fantastic. Right about there. Fantastic. Love it. Okay. 777. Great numbers. All right. Let's get a message from your guides from the Energy Oracle cards and see what the advice they have for us. We see that we're on the spiritual path. Our angels are saying, pay attention to 777. That is your spiritual awakening. Those are spiritual numbers. So let's get a message from our guides. Ooh, storm warning, storm warning. And the number 10. Never got this card before. Let's read up on it. Seems a little drastic, don't it? All right. Clouds on the horizon. This card indicates a potential difficulty, either in the external world or within yourself in your emotional life. The difficulty is coming closer, and you may have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. The caution here is to be conscious, yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, even the worst storm passes. Always remember, you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. So, this isn't like foreboding doom. What this is saying is sometimes you need a little rain. You see that energy discharging? I really believe that's what you need to do. This storm may be literally like energy that you feel in your body, and get out there and ground. Connect with nature. Let that energy discharge to the ground. Okay? Now let's get some shadow work. Let's see what's going on for this week for that. All right, look at that. And it's all about avoidance and no more of it. It's key to see the need to avoid discomfort, but also to overcome it and thrive. So stop avoiding it. It's about confrontation, but yet it breeds progress. So you may be avoiding the fact that the universe has been telling you there's a storm coming, and you're not paying attention. You're refusing to look at it. Your spiritual awakening can happen when you realize that even if the storm is still there, you're still on the right path. And that you're evolving and you're aligning with your higher purpose because of this. Avoidance will just prolong the results. And that pisses you off, So, wow, look at all these messages. Dear Lord. Okay. Yeah, this is coming in fast. Wow, your messages are coming in at breakneck speed. Give me a minute to put it together. Okay. All right. Yeah. Wow, victory and celebration in the outcome. I like that. Got to make room. Look at that. All right, let's go over this. 5 of Wands, drama. 5 of Swords, worrying about said drama. Let's not focus on this. This is actually something that's come up from the past. We need to let this go. This has got you stuck. The 10 of Swords is saying, let's move forward. Let's get rid of our negativity. Let's release this. This could be stuff about home. Remember when I said something about parents? It's something about that also, okay? 10 of Swords, letting go of negativity, letting your thoughts work for you. This is victory, actually. Another 10. Let's pull out the 10-10 card. Success, completion, and payoff. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to put that right there. Queen of Wands is embracing change, okay? The 6 of Wands is victory, success. This person is not victorious because they are in a victim mentality. You see, this kept you stuck there. Getting out of it pays off. 3 of Cups, lean on your inner circle. This is rejoicing. This is celebrating. This also has friends, family, friend group, that kind of thing. Again, focus on family. Interesting. All right, let's get some oracles and see what is up. Trapped in fear. Okay. All right, yeah. This trapped in fear and shadow card are very telling because it's showing about that storm brewing. You could be believing that doom is on its way. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get weird like that. But this is definitely something from the past that you need to work through. And it's all about confidence, solar plexus energy. Absolutely. Don't let it define you. Let it motivate you. Okay? But we really need to deal with that shadow aspect of ourselves. Especially, it's so triggering from the past. I see definitely a situation from the past that has come back up that finally needs to be dealt with. And you'll deal with it fine when you step out of fear and into faith. Okay? Faith over fear. Absolutely. Okay. Let's look at love. 8 of Wands. Messages coming in. 2 of Swords. You're probably confused. But look at that. 5 of Wands out again. What's going on here? Seems like a lot of fighting. We do not have to fight for love. I've been saying that a lot in these readings today. All right, yeah. Okay, indecision. Again, trapped in fear. 555. 555 is all about change. Something's got to change here. Absolutely. Transformation and a halfway point. Wow. We need to decide. Queen of Swords cuts all cords. She trusts her intuition. You look within. Cuts all cords to the past. You have something to say. You need to say it. You have the strength to do it. Another 8. Wow. Wow. Okay. And Page of Wands brings in a message. This is Cupid's arrow. So here is single Scorpios maybe getting a message about somebody. Hey, I'd like to take you out for a drink. Something is up here. Pay attention to the 8s. 888. 8, 8, 8. Abundance, achievements, and staying focused. Look at all the angel numbers that are all over this with you. Heavily guided and protected by your angels. Now, let's look at messages of love. What a reading. But there's a huge focus on getting out of drama and not causing drama and not bringing up drama from the past. It seems like your way of doing it is to throw salt on a wound, and it's not. It's to forgive it. It's to do this. Acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. There it is, right there. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person, so let down your walls and your defenses. That's another thing. You could be very defensive at this time. And passion. Try something you've never done before. Remember when I was talking about passion at the beginning of the reading? This is how it ties in. Son of a bitch, I love my job. Try something you've never done before. If you get asked out on a date, you better fucking go. Okay? Now, let's get what's the vibe for you. Let's see what else it adds to this. Because it's almost a little spicy for you, and I say go for it. You can handle spice just fine, can't you, Scorpio? All right, let's see what we have from What's the Vibe. Is that it? Yep. Wow. Everybody's getting this card. Antisocial. You're in your feelings. Someone giving you the silent treatment, you giving someone the silent treatment, and feeling left out. Again, that's trapped in fear. Again, causing drama where it doesn't need to be, and waves, emotions, worry, and fear. Guys, pay attention. This does not get you what you want. You have to understand that, right? This doesn't get you what you want. So let's get a closing message for you and see what else we have to wrap this up. Because this is one hell of a reading here, you know? Wow, look at that. Love this. Resilience. Resilience is your source of strength in challenges. So again, you're resilient to handle the storm. You've got this. You've got this. So don't worry. Don't fear it. Welcome the change. I know change can be scary, Scorpio. But if it's one thing I know about your sign is that you are resilient. You are the sign of transformation. You are the phoenix. And even though it burns to the ground, you rise from the ashes. This is an important step you need to take. This full moon is going to put a lot of focus on maybe some childhood issues that you need to deal with. You may be dealing with issues at home, but living in fear, doubt, and worry, not going to happen. So try this affirmation. I release all my fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. Now, you keep saying that every time you start to fear, doubt, or worry. And you stop doing that. And you experience love, joy, and peace. It's that simple. See, that's the thing. We think that this life is complicated, and it's not. It's a very simple formula because life is simple that way, in a complicated way. Okay. So again, you're resilient. You've been warned. Sometimes life can be stormy, but it shakes things up. There's almost a relief after that. It's like a good cry. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you just need to get these emotions out, this fear, doubt, and worry. Go in the woods and scream. Get it out. Have yourself a good cry. Maybe that's what it is too. You just need to release. And this full moon is giving you an excellent time to do it. So keep that in mind, all right? Scorpio, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe. Do all of that. If you would like a personal reading with me, in person or online, tarot or astrology or both, I'm your guy. All right, Scorpio, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Sagittarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Sagittarius. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are vibing and thriving. And let's talk about the astrology that's happening for this week. So we are, and I told you we were going to talk about moon phases. And this phase right now that we are in on August 3rd, this happened on Sunday, is the waxing gibbous phase. So this is a time of reflection. This is when we fine-tune the energy before we get to the full moon, where it's all lit up. That's all there, okay? And we'll talk about the full moon in a little bit. So we've got that on August 3rd, waxing gibbous, reflection, fine-tuning. That's what I'm doing with all of this. I'm fine-tuning. I'm absolutely going along with the moon phases. This is what I'm telling you. In a few weeks, we're going to go through this whole phase, and then we're going to start all over again. And after a while, and I'm going to keep putting these cards in front of you to understand it, you're going to just flow with that energy. It's going to be magical, because since I've been doing it, and I've been doing this for a long time, you flow with that energy. It's even better for gardening, for all the things that you have in your life. There are certain times in a moon phase where it is advantageous for you. So August 6th, Mars, the planet of aggression, it's male energy, it's drive, it's passion, it's war, it's saber rattling, is moving into Libra, the sign of balance and harmony and relationships. So that's aggressive action, tipping the scales or forcing the scales to balance. It's all in how you use this energy. Handle your relationships with grace, especially ones that trouble you. Maybe you're taking actions to finally get rid of relationships that just kind of, sometimes we keep people around that don't do anything for us. And for some reason, we have this notion with bad relationships that we need them. Why is that? Why do we do that? Something to ponder this week, Sag? So on August 9th, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and this is happening in your third house. So this is all about communications. Brothers and sisters, siblings come under focus here. Publishing, writing, short trips. Could be planning a short trip or going on a short trip for this full moon. But it's also about communication. Remember, Mercury is still in retrograde. It's going to be stationing direct on the 11th after this week. So just be aware of that. And usually around this time is when things get wonky. So you want to make sure that you're getting these communications down. You're communicating effectively, and you're saying what you need to say. And you're doing it in not such a cold, callous way, but actually putting some care and grace into it. Because with that Mars energy going into Libra, it doesn't really do well in Libra. It's going to make us brash and harsh. So just be aware of that, okay? So we've got that full moon coming in on the 9th. And of course, the full moon phase is all about culmination, realization, and celebration. Maybe some too much, A full moon is always extra, just so you know. All right, so that is going to do it for the astrology. So let's switch over to the table, and we will go ahead and get our angel numbers first, okay? So, my chair is squeaking. I'm so sorry. It drives me nuts. Come on. Are you serious? Let's get some WD-40. I hope that works, because other than that, I'm throwing this fucking thing out. Anyone want a free chair? All right, look at this. Our angel numbers are 898 for this week, Sag. And it's all about empowerment. Fuck yeah. Stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. That's what it's all about. This full moon is going to be about empowering you. Excellent. Now, let's get a message from our guides from the Energy Oracle cards. Thank you so much for being here, Sag. I hope you like the new changes, the switch-ups, the add-ons, the logo, the little logo. Look at your Sagittarius logo. That's like one of the best ones. Great logo. Isn't it when you look at the spelling of your sign that it doesn't it look like sometimes it looks misspelled? Ooh, I never got this card before. All right. Number 22. Pay attention to twos. Yin and yang. Love that. Wow, love that. It looks like a full moon intertwined with that fire energy. Pay attention, guys. Pay attention. Wow. Number 22. Let's read up on it. We've never had this card before. All right. Passive, active, intuitive, logic. Okay. See how that works? This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. It heralds a yin cycle, where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within. Examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. That's what the full moon does. Excellent. Okay? So here's the affirmation that goes with it. I am open to understanding the cycle I am in, and I am willing to utilize its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. Wow. Let's be receptive to the energy that we're putting out there. You know what I mean? And you're working with some yin energy right now, so it's a time to initiate. And that's great. It's a culmination. It's wrapping things up. That's that full moon. Okay? You might be fine-tuning it this week. Last week. And now you're getting it together. All right, Sag, let's get the vibe for you this week. What do we have? What's the vibe? Let's see. What else do we have? Okay, is that it? Yep. Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, definitely. Okay. We're finally moving out of this phase of letting our negative thoughts, beliefs, whatever that is, we're letting that go. I love that for you, Sag. We're moving on. The 10 of Swords is payoff energy. You got 2 10s here. Right now, this week, this energy is to have faith. That's what the universe is saying. Have faith this weekend. This week, plus the weekend, you know. Have faith. Put your time and focus onto things that are going to pay off. Put in the energy, put in the work with the 7 of Pentacles. And the 2 of Wands is making plans. So again, you Sagittarius could be doing some traveling. There's an offer coming in here. I like that with the Knight of Cups. A nice receptive offer. You could be waiting on a message. And I like this. I like this a lot. That's the 10 of Pentacles. Good times had by all. You could be possibly getting a raise. You could be working on that. You could have been up for a raise. Maybe you got passed up for one. I think one of you did, and now it's coming around again, and here we are. So this is great energy. 10 of Pentacles is nice, safe, and secure. I like that for you. So we're going to put that right there because that's the payoff. So we have 2 10s here. So this energy, again, is paying off. Fantastic. Let's get some oracles. Excuse me. Yeah. Weird cough there, which means that some of you actually have to speak up and say something. Have faith that your words, your messages will be delivered. Okay? Wow. This week, I've been getting some heavy intuitive messages for some of you. So make sure that you're paying attention, you know. Wow. I love it. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. And I love it. All right. Great. Now I got to have this chair squeak like a motherfucker. Listen to that. My God. You know, and that costs a lot, too. I don't believe it. All right, yeah, empowerment. Authority. Empowering yourself and your life. Taking your power back. This is a huge message, especially when it comes to your thoughts. Yeah. Ace of Swords is a new way of looking at things. Fantastic. You're on a roll here. And spiritual union. To the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Two of Cups. That's beautiful. What is going on? Who cares? It's great energy. Open up to it. If you're single, open up to this. We haven't even gotten to the love portion yet. Wow. All right. And victory and success with the Six of Wands. This is such a great positive reading. Pay attention to the twos. 2, 2, 22. Let's look at those. What do the twos mean? 2, 2, 2. Balance and harmony. Mars and Libra this week. Excellent. All right. Let's get love. So maybe there's a new thing about romance and love and getting rid of negative patterns. And you really don't know where this is going, but you know what? You're trusting the universe and it's paying off, Sag. Nice. All right, let's get relationships and love. Ace of Wands. That's big wood energy. You know how that is. Uh-huh. Absolutely. All right. Anything else? Nope. They said that's it. All right, now, huge message for a lot of you, Sagittarius, most of you. Don't turn your back on an opportunity here. Don't be stuck in shoulda, woulda, coulda. You see how that opportunity is right there in front of your face? I'm going to do it. Talk about face. See how it's right there in your face? See, I can do this now without the fucking camera freaking out. But you see that person? Arms crossed, legs crossed, focusing on shoulda, woulda, coulda at the bottom there, those 3 cups, and not even looking at the opportunity that's in front of them. Huge message for you this fucking week. Pay attention to it. All right. The Star. Trust. Heal that part of yourself that still holds on to these negative patterns, thought patterns. 9 of Pentacles is don't give up. You're almost there. Feet on the ground. You deserve it. Open up to it. And the Ace of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. This, again, another 10, so pay attention to the 10s. We're going to put that out there too. Why not? It's time for a new beginning in relationships. Not doing things the way you did before. It's paying off. Success, completion, and payoff. I mean, ring that fucking bell, boy. That's the first time I rang it all week. All right? Excellent reading. Now, let's get... What's the vibe? I like doing it with this camera on for this. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know. All right. Let's get what's the vibe for you, Sag, okay? These cards. Okay. All right, man, there's a lot of messages here. We're just going to go one by one. All right. Stagnant, stuck, dead end, and frozen. See, that's some of our negative thought patterns right there. It's a state of mind. It's an energy. Oh, my jaw hurts. All right, consequences. For some of you, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Empower yourself. Know the difference. Be careful about consequences. With Mars and Libra can make you do some crazy shit. So don't be keying anybody's car or slashing tires or beating someone's ass in Walmart. You know what I mean? There's no way for that. So again, the aggression can be a little, I don't know, paranoid. Maybe that's what it is. Cautious, insecure, and guarded. Well, ain't nothing coming in if you're going to guard the door. You know what I'm saying? It's good that you do that because you're putting up boundaries instead of walls, okay? And wishful thinking. Second chance. A lot of you are getting second chances. A lot of you are probably getting deja vu, like, you know, it's just been like, God, it's like we know each other so well. And nostalgia. This could be, you know, childhood stuff. Feel all in the feels, you know? Making a wish, wishing upon a star. This is good energy, okay? Now, let's get a closing message for you with my squeaking ass chair. Ugh, horrible. It sounds like a woman that sits in the DMV. Next. You know, you got the chair. All right. And this is all about, this is huge. This is huge, Sag. Pay attention. It's all about release. Release past burdens. Embrace new beginnings. The full moon is all about release. It's time. Release yourself from old patterns that we've seen here and open up to new beginnings, especially when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to work, every aspect of your life. And this is one thing that a Sagittarius strives for and yet struggles with, is changing your beliefs. You'll hang on to a belief as hard as possible, and it doesn't work for you anymore. I think this week you're working on getting rid of that and really making a difference for yourself. How fucking great would that be? Sure. Okay, anyway, Sagittarius, that's going to do it for this week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, you want a personal tarot reading with me? Oh, damn it. Why isn't that working? Well, anyway, if you want a personal reading with me in person or online, click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. Sag, change your thinking, change your life. That's the way it's going here. Work on your relationships, open up to them, and get what you deserve. All right, have a great week. Be safe, be fun. I almost had a brain fart there. What do you mean almost? And I will see you on the weekend. Capricorn, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Capricorn. Hope you had a great weekend. And let's talk about the astrology. We got a lot going on this week, so buckle up, Buttercup. Grab your coffee, grab your favorite drink, and let's get ready, shall we? All right. First of all, we're going to talk about our moon phases. You know that I've been adding these to the readings, among other things, like my handsome face. But we are in our waxing gibbous phase. We're going to learn about moon phases here on your weekly tarot reading, whether you want to or not, because after a while, you're going to be so in sync with these, you're going to be like, thank God, I'm in a waxing gibbous phase. So I am reflecting. I am fine-tuning my vision that I set at the new moon, because it's all leading up to something, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Now, August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, aggression, movement, is now moving into Libra, the sign of harmony, balance, relationships, all things relationships, and setting the record straight here. But Mars is very aggressive. It's the male energy. It's the god of war, you know, moving into Libra where there's justice, you know, so justice, you're going to see that in the outside world. Be aware of that. Lots of things happening there. Surprise arrests, maybe, something like that. But personally, on a personal level, that's collectively, but on a personal level, this is you moving towards harmony in your relationships. But you do not use your ego. You do not use that overbearing, bombastic energy that's going to be so prominent, because we're moving in on the 9th into our full moon phase. And that is a culmination of everything that has been building up. The light is bright. It is shining down on you in a certain area of your life, which gives you realization or maybe even celebration. So what this is, it's happening in your second house. So this is about finances. This is about self-worth, how you feel about things. It is a time to not be so crazy with your finances, but really to knuckle down on them, finding new ways to make money. That's another thing too. So, you know, it's in Aquarius. So it's an inspirational kind of, you know what? Maybe I can do this. Oh, my nose is getting stuffed up. I don't like that. There's something in the air lately that's just, Anyway, great idea. Maybe starting a business, something like that. Maybe investing your money. It's also dialing down your debt. That's a big one too, all right? The main thing spiritually, emotionally, it's about feeling good about yourself. What is being shaken here? You know, the full moon is a little extra. So what's up with that? That could be other people's money. You know, be careful with other people's money. But we're all striving to get this harmony, and this could be with harmony within yourself, all right? So big week Release any self-doubt, self-worth issues. Value yourself more than you do because you know you have little value invested in you. It's time to double down on that. That you're the best investment you can make in your life. Remember that. That's a good one to remember. All right, let's hit the table. Okay, we are going to first get our angel numbers. All right. So thank you for being here, Capricorn. As you can see, things have changed a little bit, and they're going to keep changing. We got all kinds of stuff. Look at this. Your angel numbers for this week. Look at that. 111 with alignment. Absolutely. Capricorn, your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. You can't make this shit up. Right out of the gate, Capricorn. You're moving towards alignment. Mars going into Libra. That is moving towards alignment, balance, harmony. So, trust in what you're being guided. And trust this message because this is from your guides. Wow, look at that. You can't make this shit up. And look, contract with number 6. The scales of justice. Wow. Interesting. Could be landing a contract. Let's see what I'm interested. Let's see. Partnership, legal, commitment. This card shows a contract in the background ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job, or even a commitment in marriage. Whatever the connection, this card is more than a casual agreement. It's usually something that requires a document that's binding, at least for the time being. The scales of justice also indicate that if a legal action is underway, it is likely to turn out in your favor. Wow. This card shines a light on potential new opportunities, so remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. All right, so another message that's coming in here is don't be blind to the opportunities that can come into your life that can actually balance the scales. Interesting. All right. Wow. Coming into alignment here. Something comes up to where you could possibly have this start to align your energy in your life. However, the blindfold says maybe it's fine-tuning is taking that blindfold off, staying focused on divine guidance. You really can't see, like right now, like the cards are like resistant. As soon as I said you can't see the future, but you're letting your divine guidance bring you to that point, that alignment point. Wow, very interesting. All right, Capricorn, let's get the vibe for this week. We're already in alignment. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. Yeah, okay. Ooh, wow, the Two of Cups this is fucking great. Some of you might be getting married. Some of you, not all of you. All right, Four of Cups. Yeah, brat mentality. See, that might be the blindfold that you have that's keeping us out of alignment, okay? Your cups are always full. This could also be, like on my finances, my drained my bank account, all 3 of them. That's what those bowls could represent. But you don't realize that the universe is always continuously giving you abundance. You're never without. You have to remember that. Are you getting enough sleep? That's the big question. Start getting some. And it's time to put this mentality to rest. It's time to change your perspective, all right? The King of Swords cuts all cords, speaks his truth. Again, lays out his plan. Works on that, has faith. So this week is about having faith. And again, you don't know where it's going, but you know it's going to bring you to better places that you deserve. And just shine as brightly as the sun. Get out and get some sun. Ground as much as possible. And the Two of Cups, that's great energy. Love that summer vibe right fucking there. Again, I think we had this conversation maybe in the freaking weekend or the past readings. Only you would know that we've had this almost, things are going so good that I got to focus on something wrong. You know what I mean? Did I say that to you guys, or was it in... I don't know. All my readings blend together. I do so many. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. I love it, though. All right. Everything is face down here except this, which is number 8 this month, and it's positive movement forward. There is huge message on moving forward positively. You just are scared shitless, and it's okay. The waiting game. It's okay. We got this. Look at that. Accelerated motion. Another 8. Things are moving the way they should. Maybe a little too fast, so just be aware of that. But messages could be coming in. You know, Mercury is slowly going to be coming out of retrograde towards next week. So keep your heart open. Forgiveness. And recognition and reward. Love that too. This is a great positive reading for you. Are you receptive to it? That is the question this week. Again, you could not see it. Maybe you're in a place where you just don't see it aligning. You just don't see it working out, but it will. Again, doubling down on yourself. Perfect. Let's get some love. Let's see what's going on here. That bugger wants to come out. Absolutely. Okay, so yeah, look. Drama in your relationships. What's going on with that? You know what I mean? Like, why? You do not have to compete, fight. See, this is the energy. This is the energy that's keeping you out of alignment. I'm telling you, Capricorn. This is the energy that is definitely keeping you out of alignment. And you have to say the words to move out of this. I deserve better. I align to my perfect relationship. I'm not going to let me get in the way of living my life the way I want to because of old patterns. Release, release, release. It's really important for you to do that. But this fight, this competing, who are you competing with? Yourself? You know what I mean? It's like you got to work on that big time, big time. Now, the Page of Pentacles bringing in an opportunity here. You might be, again, messages coming in this month, definitely. Queen of Wands is embracing change, especially when it comes to relationships. This is Leo energy. You know, the Sun, we've got that out here. We've got the the 8 of Wands. And recognition and reward again. And we have the 10 of Pentacles, a long, stable relationship. See, what this looks like is that the universe is going, here, you've worked hard for this relationship. You've worked towards this alignment. And you get it. And the 3, like the ones, oh shit. Aquarius, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for August 4th all the way to August 10th. So welcome, Aquarius. Hope you are doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. We have one F of a week coming up for you, and a weekend too. But we'll do that on Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Wednesday, okay? But yeah, we have big energy in your sign this week. But first, let's start from the beginning. You know what we do. We do astrology first, then we hit the tarot. So let's get to the astrology. On August 3rd, we move into the waxing gibbous phase, and this is all about reflection. This is fine-tuning our vision that we started at the time of the new moon. So you see how these phases work together. So right now, it's a good time to reflect. Beginning of the week, that's what you want to do. You know, how can I fix this? How can I work through this? How can I do better? That's a good way to look at it. Now, on August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, aggression, male energy, pushing forward, drive, passionate drive, is moving into the sign of Libra, fellow air sign. So it could be harmonious for you, and I say could be, because Mars is very aggressive. And when we have an aggressive sign move into a very soft, balanced, harmonious sign, sometimes it forces the scales to balance, or sometimes it knocks it right out of balance. Let's see how this pans out. Collectively, you might see justice being served harsh and swiftly. You may be delivering that yourself, but this time with this energy, we want to have some grace with this energy. We don't want to force anything, and we sure the fuck don't want to use our ego. So remember that, okay, Aquarius? Now, the big one is on August 9th. We have the full moon and this is all about shedding light on things. This is when the light is shining so bright from the full moon. It illuminates everything, even in the dark. And it lights certain areas of our life. It's a time for celebration. It's a time for realization and culmination of things. So it's the highest peak of the light, okay? I'm just going to put those on the tarot table. I hate that chair squeaking. I'm trying not to move so much. And guess what? This full moon is in your sign. That's right. Full moon in Aquarius. So you're probably going to feel this moon extra, all right? And it's happening in your first house. So this full moon is bringing realization on how you look at yourself, how you portray yourself to the world, how you want the world to perceive you. What's the mask you're wearing? Or are you taking it off? Maybe you're realizing that you have some imposter syndrome going on and you're going to talk the talk. You need to walk the walk, you know? It could be self-realization about a lot of things, especially when it comes to relationships. This full moon is happening in your first house, which is also showing a reflection on your seventh house of relationships. I'm trying to still gauge the camera here, you know? But it's balancing that scale, that energy, that first and seventh house energy. It's so weird. Okay, right there. So that's what you do. Get a balance on the relationship with yourself and with other people. That's key, all right? So full moons are extra. Mars in Libra is extra. There's a lot of air energy going on, a lot of mental stuff, a lot of, again, fine-tune your thinking, fine-tune the vision, and make it yours, okay? So let's hit the tarot table. Let's do it. We're going to start with our angel numbers. Thank you so much for being here, Aquarius. Please like, share, and subscribe, of course. Let's get it. Ooh, I like this. 5, 6, 7 with evolution. All right. Aquarius, you are evolving spiritually and emotionally, moving towards greater wisdom and understanding. This full moon, man, is bringing a lot of realization for you. Could be a game changer. Could be. Again, we're in this phase where things are coming to light, you know, and I think that you're feeling pretty damn good about it because you're using your intuition. You're learning from past mistakes. You're using that energy appropriately. Look at this. Love this card. Love this. And it's journey. Number 2. Look at that. Definitely on the journey. I hope you're enjoying the journey, because if you're not, you got issues and you need to work on that. This is all about movement, relocation, and travel. Pack your bags, Aquarius. The journey card foretells upcoming travel or a shift in location. It may be as simple as a vacation, a retreat, or a class, or even a work-related trip. This card could also signal a move of residence or a job relocation. The upright position indicates that the plans should go off without a hitch. Still, be clear about your motivations and mindful of logistics. Remember, Mercury is still in retrograde until next week. So all of life is a journey, Aquarius, and this card is telling you that you have some exciting and inspiring adventures ahead. Fuck yeah. What a great inspiring message that is. Pack your bags, baby. You going on an adventure like Bilbo fucking Baggins, you know? And he had a blast. Wouldn't you agree? Okay. So let's get some oracles. All right. I have just been recording readings all day, and I am absolutely loving it. I mean, the changes with the studio and the evolution of everything, it's all coming into plan. Everything works out in my favor. I'm so excited about it. I hope you are too, because we're doing this together, kids, and it feels great. I hope you come into a state of bliss and joy with what you do on this planet like I have. I have really... What are we doing? Why are we doing the oracles first? Did you see that? Guess what, guys? It's very weird. It's very odd for me to pick these up first. So I have to go with it. I have to see what's going on here. Now, this is a first. I've never done this before. Of course, in true Aquarius fashion, this is how it's working out. All these cards are face down except for this one, and this is trapped in fear. So right away, your journey and your evolution, and you may realize this, could be going a lot faster and smoother for you if you were not trapped in fear. So be aware of that. Fear is the dream killer, Aquarius, and you have to relinquish that fear. Here's a good affirmation to say. I release all fear, doubt, and worry. I replace it with love, joy, and peace. You heard it here first. Say that over and over and over again. Now, emotionally withdraw from this. Again, not today, Satan. Get by the beach. Again, maybe you're going on an adventure there. Go within in your moments of solitude and be truthful with yourself. So you could be realizing a lot of truths here. And the waiting game with the Two of Wands. And this really isn't the waiting game. What this is that all things in due time. Everything has a season, So be patient with this process, and prosperity begins with the Ace of Pentacles. So this is great. Now, we're doing this in reverse. Let's get the Light Seers deck and see what's up. All right, what else adds to this? This is so weird. I'm doing this backwards, but it works. It's working. It has to. There's a reason why. Wow, look at that. Ace of Pentacles out again. Ace of Cups out. We got 3 aces. 111. Where's my numbers? Where's my numbers? Bingo's been called. 111. Trust your intuition, manifest, and new beginnings. Excellent. All right. Now, Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords is showing this. We're letting our thoughts deceive us and bring us anxiety. That's that trapped in fear mentality. What we have to do is embrace change and change the way that we're thinking about our situations. This is Leo energy if I've ever seen it. You see the lion right there. But this is making that change happen, Knight of Cups is bringing an opportunity here, a message, something moving towards you that makes this happen, this change happen. And then we've got these 2 aces. The opportunities being handed to you, and also to take care of yourself and fill your cup. I love it because all in all, what you've been waiting for is coming with the Chariot. Fast, swift, and successful. God damn. Now I like that. Big emphasis on new beginnings here. Part of your evolution, part of your journey. You see how this all fits? But fear will stop this shit cold. All right, let's look at love. Let's see what we have for love for Aquarius this week. Wow. We got your energy out there. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Jesus. Let's not fight for anyone's attention. Let's not fight for love. We don't need to fight for love. We need to be love. You can't force anybody to love you. Stay out of the drama. There's been a lot of drama going on, Aquarius. Get out of it. The universe is kind of telling you, listen, let's move out of stormy waters here. And it starts with our thoughts. That we have to change the way that we're viewing this. The star, when the star and the ace of cups come out together, especially one right after the other, this is a huge, huge, huge message on self-healing and self-care. Put in the work to do that. Eight of Wands. Now we have 888. 888. Trapped in fear, emotional release, movement, messages coming in. And it's all about abundance, achievement, and staying focused. Huge message. Look at all the numbers that are out here. Look at all the messages that are here. And why? Because you're opening up to a reciprocating relationship. And the lovers, baby, deciding to do that. Excellent energy. Oh, I can't stand this chair squeaking. Lord. Oh, my Lanta. This is one hell of a reading here. All right, let's get some messages of love. You know how we do. What else? Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. Release those. Fear of failure. Fear of being rejected. You got to work on that. Know that you are protected. You're safe and divinely guided during this, during your journey, during your evolution. You are not alone. Rely on the universe here. You're worthy of it. Vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Vulnerability these days is sexy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. Now, let's get what's the vibe. What's the vibe this week? What else do we need to know about this? It looks like we're being truthful about ourselves. Maybe we've been alone for way too long, and now it's finally working out for us. Is that it? Yeah, they said 2. Okay. I got to go below deck and get a card. All right. Okay. Antisocial. In your feelings. Emotionally withdraw from that. Release those feelings on this full moon. Silent treatment and being left out. Again, there's a fear of failure here. Do you see what's going on here? It's the errors of your ways. Now, time. So time may be a factor for you. And it shows delay, procrastination, or just too busy to work on this. No, I'll work on it later. You know, I'll schedule a retreat. I'll go to Arizona and I'll sit on a vortex and clear it out. No, you're not going to. No. Do it now. There is a big factor this week that you can take advantage of. You're moving forward. You have to stay focused. There are a lot of new beginnings here for love and a chance for self-love. Again, that full moon is in your 1st and 7th house. It's just not in the 1st house because it's opposite the 7th. So it's that interdynamic. Take advantage of that. Release any patterns that's holding you back this week, Aquarius, to opening up to this. I could also say that you could be moving and finding a new job. You are definitely evolving and on a new journey for you. So, Aquarius, that's going to do it for this tarot reading for the week. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, if you would like a personal tarot or astrology reading with me, in person or online, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. Aquarius, thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend. Pisces, welcome. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and that means it's time for your weekly tarot reading. And this tarot reading is going to be for October, August 4th to August 10th. Welcome, Pisces. Of course, the first blunder I've done all day. I've been recording readings all day. And of course, it's on your sign. Well, it's the last sign, and you know how it is. When I get down to the last sign, Daddy gets a little... So sit back and enjoy and watch the implosion in real time. All right, you know how we roll here. We do the astrology first, and then we hit the tarot. So let's start with August 3rd. I almost said October again. We are into the waxing gibbous phase. This is a time of reflection. So at the beginning of the week, it's time to fine-tune things, to reflect. Are we moving into the vision? Are we fine-tuning it? If we're not moving into the vision, how can we fine-tune it? Okay? So beginning of the week, we're going to do that. Now, August 6th, Mars, the planet of action, aggression, male energy, moving forward, is moving into the sign of Libra. So this is going to be a heavy emphasis on relationships and moving towards harmony in them, but we don't want to force them. Mars kind of takes away the grace. Mars can sometimes be low rent, and we don't want to be low rent, and we know plenty of examples of what low rent is, and we don't want that. We don't want to force the energy. Well, I need to force the balance in this relationships. I need to make them see. No, you don't. You have the motivation to allow yourself to get into the flow. Now, when we get into the flow, this changes everything. Mars energy can really complement you when you work with it instead of letting it anger you. And I got to aggressively get to the bottom of balancing things out. No, you don't. You simply be it. Okay? So Mars is giving you that extra push to be able to find that harmony, but don't force it. All right? Now, on August 9th, I almost said October again, we are in a full moon in Aquarius. And this is all about a culmination of things. This is realization and celebration, always about celebration. The full moon is a time of celebratory energy, you know, but the camera just kind of went nuts there. It gets a little laggy sometimes, but it doesn't show up on the recording. That's weird. Thank God. But this full moon in Aquarius on the 9th is happening in your 12th house. So it's all about what's going on in here, the subconscious. What are we doing with the thoughts in our head? Are they working for us or are they working against us? Usually when a full moon in the 12th house happens, this is a good time to get rid of the mental clutter. You know, the old programs, the paradigms, the beliefs that no longer serve you. It's time to get rid of those, okay? It's time to do some mental cleanup. It's also a good time to speak to a therapist, talk to somebody. It's having a good conversation with yourself also. But it's on the opposite end of the 6th house. And the 6th house is all about routine. What can you do to get rid of the shit in your routine? The lack, you know, scrolling, doom scrolling, Netflix binging, wasting your time, escaping. You know, Pisces, you are liable to do that to yourself. No harm intended. It's the way that you're wired. But you have to come back to reality and face things. And this full moon is making you do that. You know, Aquarius can be a little extra. A full moon can be a little extra. So clear out the mental bullshit in your mind. You know, get rid of those thoughts and patterns that no longer serve you. Okay, so that's the astrology for the week. Let's hit the tarot table and do this. Let's start with our angel numbers, okay? Let's move our mouse out of the way. What's the... Ooh. We got them. And it's all about growth. Look at that. 2, 3, 4. Love that. You are experiencing growth and expansion in all areas of your life. You are on the right path and moving towards greater fulfillment and success. So, with 2, 3, 4, the message is growth. Just like 3, 3, 3. Okay? We're moving towards that. We're integrating that. So, you're on the right path. Your angels want you to know that. Continue to grow. This is a great time to grow. The summer fosters growth. Wouldn't you agree? Take a good look around you. Because I know goddamn well February didn't foster any growth. You know what I mean? And look at that. Storm warning. Okay? Now, don't get all freaked out. It's the number 10. It has a great message because Scorpio just got this. So, let's look and read it. Clouds on the horizon. Don't freak out. This card indicates a potential difficulty, either in the external world or within yourself and your emotional life. 12th house, full moon, mind clutter. The difficulty is coming closer. And you may have already heard rumblings of potential problems around you. Your subconscious saying, you know, you got to work on this. Let's work on this. Let's release this. The caution here is to be conscious, yet not fearful. Consider what's going on and look at the situation with calm clarity. You know, Mars could be heralding that storm coming in. That kind of shifts the balance. All right? Investigate your options and honor yourself and your intentions. Stand up for yourself and take action on your own behalf. As with all difficulty, Pisces, even the worst storm passes. Always remember you have the power and the wisdom to handle whatever may come your way. That's right. Sometimes we need that. You see that lightning discharging? That's very Aquarian, very Uranus energy. And I also say that the storm is probably a path where you probably need an emotional release and you've been putting it off. And that storm all of a sudden rages and it just unleashes. Now, are we going to go out and have a good cry? Of course. If you need to, it's very therapeutic for you. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that. That could be it. A storm's brewing inside of you. What do you need to do? Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to work on our shadows here first for the week. And the first one is shadow dance. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm, fluidity, movement, and being open. I love that. This is getting the dance right. To dance with your shadow instead of fight it and run away from it. Okay? And I really like this. Heal through art. Love it. Express your shadow in art and let healing unfold. Creativity and expression. This is your way out. Healing with art. Love it. Work with this week. Okay? Love it. All right. Let's get your vibe for the week. Very good. What do we have for Pisces? Pisces, thank you so much for being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's get the vibe. Let's do it. Anything else? Yeah, look at that strength and the temperance card. Very telling energies here so far. Anything else? Yep. Wow. Lots of major arcanas is a big deal. Ooh, love it. All right. Yeah. I think what you need to do is just be patient with your process. Trust the universe here. 3 major arcanas out of 5. You're strong enough to do this, Pisces. Very simple message for you this week. Use your strength. The number 8. August, embrace your strength. 4 of Wands to the 10 of Pentacles. This is great energy for the week. This is celebration, harmony in the home, long-lasting relationship. Could be moving towards a job here, or just expanding. Something's up here. Wow, unbelievable. You're strong enough. You're smart enough. You're guided. This is great energy. You can't argue with that. That's beautiful. Everything in its due time. Patience, you know. Trust the universe. Tell the universe what you want. Do it with your emotions. Don't beg. Don't come from a place of lack. Come from a place of deserving. I deserve this energy. Spend some time in solitude. Emotionally withdrawal. Okay, so that's what that storm is. All right, all these cards flew on that floor. That's not part of it. Okay, very good. Yeah. Using your spiritual strength here, there's a big thing about going within, emotionally withdrawing. Another 8. Big energy here. No messing around, I'll tell you that much. Damn it. Excuse me. Jesus. I don't know what happens lately, but as soon as the sun goes down, I either get stuffed up or I start sneezing. So something is in the air. I hope it's not mold. I don't think it's mold. Right away, I go to the worst case scenario. Better not be wisteria or what is it? Diphtheria or something like that. Cholera. All right. Oh, God. All right, it's time to put to rest a lot of this bullshit. It's time to get some rest, too. You just might need that. It just comes down to that, especially when it comes to relationships. Look at that. Balance in your relationships when you take action. There could be movement towards more harmony in your relationships by using your wisdom. You're ready for the next step. A lot of you are ready for the next step. Get ready. Journey begins. It begins now. I love it. And the Ace of Pentacles with an offer and the Three of Cups rejoicing. I love that energy too. This is great energy. Lots to celebrate here. Opportunities. May I even say an opportunity maybe with a job? Okay? Maybe the storm whisks in an opportunity for you. Whatever it is, it's growth. Definitely. When it comes to your relationships, it's you finally moving out of this doom and gloom and trusting the process that relationships and you have a very good rapport together, Okay, let's get some messages of love for Pisces. What do we have? That one right there, okay? Yeah, look at that. Obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement, okay? So just be aware of that. It's time to put those to rest. It's time to work on those, okay? Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. Good for you. So foster that growth. You're strong enough to do that. Friendship. This friendship is leading to more. With the Three of Cups in the position here, it could very well be. It could be something that you probably felt for a long time with one of your friends if you're single, and now the time just seems right. Okay, you're both moving into that energy. And fate, this is a destined partnership. So if you had any doubts, that should alleviate it for you. Now, let's get what's the vibe and see what it adds to this, okay? What else do we have for Pisces? Because this looks like good relationship energy. I like the vibes of it. Okay, cutting ties, absolutely. Freedom, standing up and awaken. It's your time. Cut all cords from the past. Set yourself free, especially from negative thoughts. Okay? I love it. And intimacy, mutual respect, unity, and closeness. That's what you need right now. Foster that, nurture that. Work on that. That's what we want, is intimacy. And we do that by setting ourselves free by the chains that bind us, whatever they are. And they're usually our subconscious thoughts. Trust me. Okay, let's get a closing message for you, Pisces. So this is a very positive reading with some very evident things to work through. Okay? But wow, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. So many cards here that show very positive movement forward. And you may just need to have a good cry this week. And that's okay. That could be the storm that's raging in you, And it's up to you now to take care of that. Let it out, release it. You'll feel so much better when you do, okay? And closing message is freedom. Yeah, beautiful. Freedom comes from inner liberation. Wow. That's huge. That's great energy. I hate that squeaking chair. I'll have that fixed. There's a huge message here about opening up to happiness, about releasing anything that no longer serves you. You just may have this, you may be wound a little too tight. You need to slow down. Maybe getting some rest is all you need, but there's some unhealed wounds that need to be taken care of. So work on that. This full moon is bringing things to light. So pay attention to what's happening around you now to work on that, okay? But Pisces, this is a very positive reading. Don't get me wrong. We always have work to do, but the full moon this week is giving you a little extra push to be like, okay, in order to foster your growth, we need to really release some of this. And if it's an emotional release, then let it happen. It feels so much better after we have a good ugly cry, you know? Get it out. Don't let it fester and brew inside. That's when the storm really comes, okay? So just remember that. But this week, this is great energy. And we'll talk more about the weekend, of course, on the freaking weekend. So, Pisces, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, if you would like a personal reading with me in person or online, tarot or astrology or both, click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page, Pisces. Open up to this energy this week. This could foster a lot of growth and free you from a lot of the thoughts that bind you and hold you down. All right, Pisces, I love you all. Have a great week, and I will see you on the weekend.